Thank you for joining us. We are going to be covering some major news today, and I will be introducing the headlines throughout the week. Thank you all for joining us, and I can see Masca there. Thank you for joining us, Masca. Oneme Efe Eboa, thank you for joining us. Hilo de Dios, I see you there. I appreciate you for joining us. We are going to be, first of all, I think I need to read a disclaimer so that people don't, get, we are all on the same page. So this channel, on this channel, we celebrate the diversity and equality of everyone. And we are not here for a specific race. We are here for everybody. We are not here to discriminate against anybody, just in case. No tribe, no religious animosity, and none of the, prejudice on this channel is supported on this channel. And also, I know this one is the one people don't tend to like a lot of. The conversations are going to be generally be based on facts. We have to try to be more factual about some of our conversations so that we tend to, illuminate reality properly. Imagine if you are going around with fake information. It's like somebody walking in the dark, isn't it? So that one is something we are going to be doing. And the way I'm going to try to coordinate this is in a different way. And I hope people try to understand because this is one area a lot of people have issues with. Whenever I moderate, they feel like I talk too much, I interject too much, and all the rest. So I'm going to try to I'm going to try to do it in a kind of interviewing way where everybody has a say, and the panelists should not try to speak too long, so that the next people, the person next, should be able to speak. Allow other people to also have a say, so that if I ask you a question, try to answer it as concisely as possible. Then I'll move to the next person faster. Then we deal with that one, and there's no need to give a long answer to things, because we are trying to understand deeper meanings of events of the week. So that is the idea behind it. I'm just going to be asking a lot of different questions of different people, and I'm going to be challenging. Don't feel offended. It's not personal. This is no place for us to start feeling defensive. We are all here to learn, and I'm open to learning, no matter what people think that I don't. I'm very open to learning. Just watch me when I agree with you. It's just that people don't notice that. All right. So I'm going to be playing the headlines now. It's going to be quite a long streak of headlines, so bear with us. We are going to be going through them one by one, from Trump, Zelensky, Israel, Kemi Badenoch, that woman won't stop badmouthing us. Federal government advocating the Nigerian government, instead of paying the Nigerian footballers in naira, they were quoting the amount they were giving our Nigerian footballers in dollars, which some people felt was off. So all those things, we are going to be covering them today. So now let's get busy, and we are going to be starting from home first. Let's start.
Right now, whispers coming from the PDP that suggest that former President Goodluck Jonathan may be preparing to contest again in 2027. And for me, it's a development that would have sounded far-fetched a few years ago. Yet, here we are again. This is a man that left the presidency with the now immortal words, "My ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian." And now it's rumored that he may be making his way back again in 2027 to contest for the same seat he left a decade ago. But for me, what does that say about Nigeria's political evolution, or perhaps would we say stagnation? Are we witnessing the resilience of a democratic elder statesman, or is this a recycling of a leadership in a country seemingly unable to reinvent itself? And more importantly, is this a movement rooted in strategy, nostalgia, or necessity? Because in a country desperate for a reset, the return of an old guard raises a simple but profound question: is the past still our best option for the future?
Yeah, constitutionally, a president is entitled to a second time in office, having served the first time. And if you look at it, he served the first term. The other one he used was the late President Yar'Adua's tenure. Then he contested and he lost. So he's entitled to a second term. But also, for me, the interesting aspect is the fact that more contestants are coming in, formidable contestants from the South. And that simply tells us something, that the Northern brothers should understand one thing, that the sentiment across Nigeria now is that the presidency should remain with the South. And so you have the incumbent president, you have Peter Obi, who's also interested in the race, and now we're getting Goodluck Jonathan. So I think the more you see such individuals come out for this contest in 2027, the North will understand that the best thing to do is align behind one of these southern candidates, because we must respect this rotation agenda. The North just uses 8 years, and you don't expect another northern candidate to come in immediately after 8 years, while the South is just having 4 years. If we have this smooth rotation, then it will help our politics. Then the next time, we're not going to be talking about, oh, is it the North, is it the South? We know that it's just a natural turn of event. It will move from one zone to the other. So I think it's good. Let's see.
It's also a good sign that, you know, our democracy is growing. It's not like the rumored this thing of a one-party state.
Exactly.
Now,
exactly. Nobody's talking about
the level playing field now. So I enjoy what is happening right now.
Sorry, my apologies.
So, apart from this, from Munabufe, do you think it is possible in Nigerian politics for anybody who becomes president from any zone to promise, oh, I will serve only one term, and people will believe that person? Because these positions are not held only by persons. They are also held by ethnic groups, geographical zones, and all of that. And all of them will come and say, no, this is our turn. And if Mr. Peter Obi becomes president of Nigeria, do you think Igbos will agree with him to say, oh, I want to do only one term, when the last time they held the #1 position was since the time of Aguiyi Ironsi?
Very interesting proposition by Mr. Peter Obi there. And then, of course, your question is very, very apt. There's always been this mutual distrust between Nigeria's ethnic groups, especially when it comes to the presidency. But like you have said, if he does come to power, it will be a different ballgame. But don't forget that your former boss, former President Goodluck Jonathan, then as president of Nigeria in 2010, 2011, had proposed a single term of 6 years, having seen how the president...
At any politician that comes to you and says, I'm going to do only one term, that's a sign of desperation. It will not work. Just like all these gambits about serving food, carrying plates, and doing boy at parties that could be better organized by event organizers. It's also a sign of desperation. It doesn't work. It will never work. And then the second challenge, of course, is that you say the North will buy into this idea of one term. No, the North will not. Because the civil war in this country has never ended. I don't believe that Northerners who are already aggrieved with a Yoruba president will just shift and embrace the possibility of an Igbo president. There are contradictions in this country that have not been sorted out. We should lay the emphasis on competence, ability. If the Nigerian people are politically educated to a point where they can vote for a competent person, regardless of where it comes from, regardless of his religion, that's when this country will begin to move forward. So all this, I will do one term, I will serve you food, I will give you agbado. No, please, that's not going to work, in my own opinion.
Plus, follow the presidency's announcement that each senior female football and basketball team players will receive the naira equivalent of $100,000, while their coaches will get $50,000 in recognition of their international success.
There is a cash award of the naira equivalent of 100,000 US each for the 24 players.
100,000 US for each player. It's not yet over. There are other goodies coming. 50,000 US for coach and technical team, each member.
The announcement, widely shared on social media and news platforms, has sparked mixed reactions. While fans welcome the gesture, critics argue that tying national rewards to foreign currency promotes a dollarization mindset, one that diminishes the symbolic and economic value of the naira. With inflation rising, dwindling foreign reserves, and the naira trading at over 1,530 naira to the dollar, economists warn that the dollar-based incentives could undermine effort to stabilize monetary policy. Though the presidency clarified that rewards will be paid in naira equivalent, experts say the optics still matter and call on the government to lead by example in promoting confidence in the local currency.
Makers representing internet service providers, data center operators, and the internet exchange points.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you very much.
The essence of this high-level engagement with the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, is to create awareness about a major initiative by the government to impact the digital landscape. The project Bridge is meant to deploy about 90,000 kilometers of fiber infrastructure across the country to tackle the inadequacies in the sector and unlock opportunities for the people.
We're not the sort of country with the opportunity to deliver 5,000, 10,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables in 2-3 years. It's not going to get us to where we need to be. And that's why, as a government, we've decided to invest alongside the appropriate partners from the private sector, 90,000 kilometers of fiber optic network for the country.
And moving on, let's turn our attention to Nigeria, where a recent remark by a British MP has reignited a debate on national identity and diaspora pride. Now, British MP Kemi Badenoch is facing backlash for the comments that she made on her Nigerian descent. In a podcast, Badenoch said that she no longer identifies as Nigerian and has not renewed her passport in over 2 decades. Badenoch added that now she fully identifies with the UK, where she lives with her family. Speaking on the podcast, Badenoch also said that she had not experienced racial prejudice in the UK in any meaningful form. In 1980, Badenoch was among the last people to automatically receive British citizenship because she was born in the UK. In the following year, the then Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, abolished birthright citizenship. The Conservative Party leader grew up in both Nigeria and the US, and then at the age of 16, she returned to the UK. Badenoch noted that her decision to relocate to the UK was a very sad one, as it was driven by her parents' concerns about Nigeria's unstable political and economic climate. Her comments have sparked outrage in Nigeria, and this is not the first time she is receiving such backlash. Badenoch has frequently spoken about corruption in Nigeria and growing up with a sense of fear and insecurity. Her past claims about difficulty transmitting Nigerian citizenship to her children also met with heavy criticism from Nigerian leaders. Reacting to Badenoch's remarks, critics asked her to return her first name, Kemi, and they also accused Badenoch of projecting disdain for her heritage while benefiting from its cultural visibility.
He'll meet Vladimir Putin very shortly to discuss a ceasefire in Ukraine. He wouldn't say where the talks will be held, but said the situation in Ukraine could be resolved very soon. Gary O'Donoghue's live in Washington. Gary, have you been able to divine what the situation could be resolved very soon in Ukraine means?
No, we don't have any detail about what he's suggesting or what's on the table. But as you say, all the mood music in the last few days coming out of Moscow about this meeting being imminent, now being really confirmed from the president's own lips. Very shortly, he said, in what he described as a very popular location. Now, we don't know where that is, but we might find out as soon as today where it's going to be. There's been speculation it could be several places in Europe, Rome, Switzerland, even Hungary, or possibly even in the Gulf. But we do know that the president is thinking not just about a ceasefire, not just about maybe ending some of the kinds of military action that are going on, but about a permanent settlement. And he's already talking about the issue of territory.
Well, you're looking at territory that's been fought over for 3.5 years with, a lot of Russians have died, a lot of Ukrainians have died. So we're looking at that, but we're actually looking to get some back and some swapping. It's complicated. It's actually nothing easy. It's very complicated, but we're going to get some back. We're going to get some switched. There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both.
Now that's, I think, going to sound some alarm bells in Kyiv, isn't it? Because we know that Russia claims 4 regions beyond Crimea, which it already occupies, 2 in the south and 2 other regions as well. Is Donald Trump really going to do the negotiation on behalf of another country that involves it giving up some of its sovereign land?
Emmanuel, good morning. A very strong reaction there from Zelensky, essentially being sidelined in talks about his own country.
Absolutely, and indeed the presidential reaction is what actually 3/4 of Ukrainians are thinking. There's been a recent survey showing that this is the amount of the Ukrainian population which do not want to broker a peace with Russia under Russia's condition, which would amount to giving up Ukrainian territories. And Volodymyr Zelensky in his address also stated what is constitutionally a fact here in Ukraine. I will quote him, the answer to the Ukrainian territorial question already is in the constitution of Ukraine. Giving up Ukrainian territory if Kyiv gave up this territory, gave up that territory, that would amount to violating the Ukrainian constitution, violating the country's very own sovereignty. It is not something that Ukraine is ready to do. If it were to swap territories, it would need also to have the approval of the Ukrainian population. It is a population that is not ready to make that concession. I'm often asked whether or not Ukrainians would like to see those peace talks being successful. Of course, they would love not being bombed every day. They would love for Russia not to attack their country. But Ukraine is very much defending its own sovereignty, its own territorial integrity, and
to take over Gaza City, with the UN Security Council set to hold an emergency meeting on Sunday. The Secretary-General called the military escalation dangerous, saying that it risks many lives, including those of the remaining Israeli hostages. The foreign ministers of Britain, Italy, Germany, Australia and New Zealand issued a joint statement strongly rejecting Mr. Netanyahu's plan to expand the war in Gaza. They said it will aggravate the catastrophic humanitarian situation, endanger the lives of the hostages and further risk the mass displacement of civilians, adding any attempts at annexation or of settlement extension violate international law. Now, Israel has defended the decision to escalate its military expansion in Gaza, with the Defence Minister Israel Katz saying international partners who condemned Israel would not weaken their resolve to defeat Hamas. Now, currently, Israeli forces have control of around 75% of the territory. The new plan is to take over Gaza City, home to around 1 million Palestinians. Let me just show you the satellite picture, which shows the density of the area 2 years ago. This image, though, was taken recently, and it shows some parts completely destroyed in this war, while others remain largely intact. Now, Israel doesn't allow international journalists, including the BBC, into Gaza, so we have to rely on trusted freelancers within the territory. John Donaldson then has sent this report from Jerusalem.
Homeless and hungry, Gazans woke up to the news today that this war is far from over. As if they needed telling. More Israeli airstrikes, and in Gaza City, the threat of another ground invasion. What is the point of a ground invasion? Nafez Ajour argues. There's nothing left that you haven't wiped out. There's nothing left, and there's no food either. With many already living in tents, under Benjamin Netanyahu's plan, up to 1 million people here will be ordered to flee for the umpteenth time.
Gaza City is not safe. The north is not safe. Where should we go? Do we throw ourselves into the sea?
For Gazans, the destruction and the suffering is endless. Just 50 miles away, but a world apart in Jerusalem, Israelis were stocking up for the weekend. Hundreds of thousands of troops will be needed to capture Gaza City, but the people we spoke to here said there was no choice.
What's the alternative? What should they do instead? Have we tried making deals? Yes. It's not doing anything. Has there still been attacks? Yes. Has there still been casualties on both sides? Yes. So it needs to be finished. That's it.
We need to finish now all the terror. If the name is Hamas, now we must, not need, we must now.
This decision by the Prime Minister is divisive. We found plenty of people here who back him, but polls show the majority of Israelis think the best way to get the remaining hostages home is ending the war and a ceasefire deal. So this decision is a gamble.
Again this weekend, there will be mass protests by hostage families and their supporters. Many argue that if their loved ones don't get out of Gaza alive, their Prime Minister will be partly to blame. John Donnison, BBC News, Jerusalem.
Okay, let's...
Well, that's what we'll tell you tonight. Our story begins with Meera Murad. What would you do if you were offered $1.5 billion for a job? 1.5 billion with a B. I know what most of you are thinking. You would scream, call your mom, say yes even before they finish the sentence. Because who turns down a deal like that? Well, someone just did. His name is Andrew Tuloch. He is an AI researcher, and recently Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg offered him a job that could have been worth up to $1.5 billion over 6 years. But Tuloch said, no thanks. Why did he do that? Well, that's what we'll tell you tonight. Our story begins with Meera Murati. She was the Chief Technological Officer of OpenAI. When Sam Altman was removed, she took his place. She became the interim CEO of OpenAI. This was for a very short while. Last year, Meera Murati left OpenAI, and this year she formed her own AI startup. It's called Thinking Machines Lab.
Hello. Yeah, thank you all for joining me here. I think Okpeyolo is still backstage. Let me bring him on. Okpeyolo, I think he was actually here first, to be fair to him. I just somehow missed him backstage. Yeah, as you can see, there are quite a few headlines this week. That last one, I thought I should highlight it to show the madness that is going on in the world, where to give people a job, you can offer them 6 billion or so. I'm not mistaken. That is a lot of money because of AI. There is a lot of competition going on out there for people that have this advanced knowledge of AI. The world is about to change because of this technology, and I just hope our people are keeping an eye on all these things. I do like the minister in Nigeria that seems to be handling the digitalization of the country. We'll see how far it goes. Regarding the headlines, some of the ones that stood out was Jonathan running for trying to unseat President Tinubu. There is the one about the dollar. That one I find that troubling. The one the Tinubu talking about paying the Nigerian players in dollars. That's a serious one. because it has impact. Because if you are thinking like that on the surface, God knows how you think in terms of policy. And then they will also have the Abati one. That the Abati one is that divisive language some of our people use, saying the civil war is not over from the point of view of Northerners. For the life of me, I don't even understand that. And it brings up the issue of whether Nigeria has a hate speech law. We don't have a hate speech law. Most countries do. The country that is as diverse as Nigeria, we should have it. And there was something that they said in that Jonathan, and I think I would like people that are going to comment on this to comment on. Somebody actually mentioned it in that conversation that they should just make it a rotational system of government in Nigeria, where we just know where it's going to go. If it's based on the 6 geopolitical zones, we know where the next president is going to come from. Period. Instead of all these bad mouthing, people saying bad things about each other, there's no need for it. Every 4 years or so, we start hating each other left and right, and it's going to get worse. All right, so I will bring in Okpegolo 2028 to comment on whatever it feels like, really, in terms of the headlines. But if you start with the Nigerian ones, that would be good. What do you make of the Dollar, Jonathan, or Abati statement? You're muted.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think all the video you play, other than the man who turned slavery down, they are pretty much the same. They are all political optics and, drama and just, just to spice up the airwave, right? From the dollarization of the awards to I think Kemi Badenoch, which is one of my favorite political figure within the last 30 years. She stand out for me in terms of a female political figure. She topped the chart right now. It's one of my favorite. So I vote for her anytime, any day if I did Britain. So I like the way she's going, and I wish her all the best. So
she will deport you before you vote for her. She will deport you first. So don't worry.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
you'll be voting for her once she's deporting you.
It doesn't matter. So maybe that would be an opportunity for me to take a mask off, for his run for his money. Say we need to be doing something. Maybe that could be the wake up call that we all need. So I welcome her, whatever that she's doing, man. I'm here for her, man. She's on the most serious note, she's doing well. So, but again, has a political framework. Who again you talk about?
Abati was saying something about saying that he was going to run for 4 years. Yeah.
You see, when I earlier I was trying to say all this thing, I just know it's just to keep us going. But as far as I'm concerned, if I be obedient, if I belong to the obedient family, all this thing will be treat it like a noise and stay focused. Why am I saying this? Again, I don't believe in coincidence, right? Now when Obi begin hammer, I will do one time. I will do 4 years. I will do one time. Now that's what this guy said. You two talk. Let me somebody that can actually believe that you will do only one time, right? Just for the conversation, for the optics. I mean, good luck is not that leader that is a threat to anybody. When I mean anybody among that, it's not a threat. Who is by crook by hook, he end up being the vice president, being the president. I mean, we all know how the whole pretty much country stand that. He has to take over from his predecessor after the news of his dismay and all that kind of. Then the second time, of course, that audacity for some cabal to hold the presidency. Say, good Lord, no. That audacity was still the inspiring force behind good luck election the second time. People are still very angry. Say, who then be safe? That's other kind of thing. So that's what won him the election. But again, what happened after that? By the time the same people that put him, they turned against him. What happened? He lost, and that's not just enough. The few people that stayed with him, all of them, everybody moved. All of them leave him like as if he's a home. It was nobody. So what am I trying to say? It doesn't have that followership. It doesn't have that political structure. You know, it's not a politician that says, "Oh, it's coming," and every other guys go. They say, "Okay, let's change our strategy." No, it's not that kind of guy. But it doesn't even make sense. Whoever is saying that it's coming. But as I said, how do you push back to that? This will be way to the dead spirit, right? For the question, how do we make sure they come? Yes, if not that one Nigerians won't do safe. I think the issue of trust will rely on good luck. Somebody will say, okay, yes, he cannot do more than one time, even if he wants.
Is the president not the idea? I think I gather that is for PDP. So, and if he's going to PDP and ADC is there, the same result as 2023 will occur again, isn't it?
It's not Obi. Well, you see, I'll keep saying it. I don't think Obi is foolish enough, politically speaking, to want join anybody at this point. You don't pass that level. If you want any political career, you can join any group. Just do it. I see home now. He's in a powerhouse.
Yeah, but okay, so, but the problem is that I thought the priority was supposed to be on sitting President Tinubu, because as it's going right now, Tinubu will just be laughing at all of them. Everybody wants to stand on their own.
Who wants to sit down first? Who want to sit in?
The opposition should be looking on sitting. If it's ADC, if it's PDP, but one way or other, they are supposed to be united.
Well, they are supposed.
If they are not united. They are not stupid. If they are not united, they should know that they're going to lose. They should know that.
The turn by turn that all of them are signed up for is a real thing. I know that. I don't unless the only if I have to search deep to say, okay, where problem will potentially come for Tinubu, that okay, we should take that kind of problem serious, is this push by the Trump administration that we have to accept what do they call the deportee, Abi? No.
The deportees are the one that deport from America.
Yeah, so I think they are serious about it. Now, how far we deal with the Nigerian elite cycle can push back is left to be seen, right? So that's the only thing. But also, other than that, I don't think he has it. Now only we, the people, if there's anything like with the other people, right? Now we don't say do it. Don't say we just talk out with the film that is not doing well, right? So now the question now remains that who is even mobilizing us? Organizing don't pass. Yes, less than 2 years. Who has the resources to match these guys to mobilize 20-30% of Nigerians? Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that.
Wow.
So how do you know how you want to sit down? And most importantly, now I think 70% of Nigerians who participated one way or the other in this 2023, by participation I mean paying attention, however, we agreed that the election was rigged. And 3 out of every 5 Nigerians agreed that it will tell you how that election was rigged. It's not spiritual. It's not something that is above our comprehension. They know, no. But now, who is actually making a move to counter that? You famously said something here on this platform. If they spend 5 million, they beat you. You make sure the next time they spend 10 million. Tell me who's giving that fight to make sure the billions they spend in buying poly unit agent, bribing everybody, who is ready to match that at this point?
No, none of them. They don't appear to be serious people that want to unseat this president.
It is exactly not serious. So when you look at all these things, when you look at you say I mean, it is very telling that the man will finish his second time. Obi proposing 1 term alone should tell you everything you need to know. He buy into the turn by turn. Just in making that proposition, it kills every argument against these men, against the ruling class. Yeah, all of them are one. For him to come out, that means that means it's sacrosanct.
Yeah, but the problem now is that I think it's far gone. Maybe it's a good thing because then you don't have to see all this divisive language when it's conclusive that this current president will just carry on with the way he's carrying on. And personally, there are some things he has done recently that seems to be heading in the right direction. But because of what he did in the earlier stages of his presidency, I really think this guy, one way or the other, Nigeria is not going to make much of a progress under his term. If it's 8 years, he's going to hold us in one place or even make sure Nigeria goes down. Nigeria is 4th largest economy in Africa now. From the first to the first, one man did that.
That's it. See, all you need to know is the first 1-2 weeks of what is a Tinubu administration. Everything tell you the trajectory, how it's going to go. The men where they run our economy, they were on ground. Like people don't understand what it means. When they declared Tinubu president, right? Within that week, when Obi and Atiku they go Chicago, right? Big guilt assemble all our political people where we vote for. Not be business class, so we assemble them from vice president to the bottom. People don't understand what it means. The CEO of this bank in New York, Jimmy Diamond, the same thing. He came to Nigeria. He assembled our elected of people. Don't understand what it means. He don't be saying he come assemble Dangote and the rest. So people that we vote, that's our power. He assemble them, give them, say this is how this government is going to run. Literally, but people would like to analyze it. Like, what are you analyzing? You talk him. As soon as the man come, our GDP waiting went from 500 to waiting. Sharp.
$200 billion.
All these things are there. There's nothing. This is how the country is going. Maybe somebody come again from the north. We'll do a little tweet. We might push against the West and accept. This is it.
Yeah, let me move it to Masca. You know, this GDP stuff, it really gets me going. It's a trigger warning for me because when I research it to find out whether there is any president that has ever reduced their economy, their GDP within 1 year, crashed it more than half, it doesn't exist any country. That's a country that is at peacetime. It doesn't exist. But regarding Masca about Jonathan or that statement, maybe you may want to comment about the statement that Abati made, because it seems to be more upset with about the Northerners more than the Northerners are upset with the Igbos, because it's just like it's making it look like P2B is just Igbo. It's all about Igbo. That Northerners, the civil war has not ended. What do you make of that comment?
Well, actually, I was taken aback when you played the video. I was really shocked. I was surprised at many levels. He said one term will not work. On what basis would you make that assertion? Okay. And secondly, he said serving food will not work. And I'm thinking like, is this not a journalist? Like, when did he suddenly become a political analyst on national TV? But the way I see it, this guy worked with Jonathan. He was a true and true PDP person. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not gonna. The truth is, me personally, what I've come to realize is that we take a lot of people very seriously. Meanwhile, these people, I would say that the simple accident is that he's the one facing a camera. It could be me, it could be you. There's no big deal about anybody in this world. Nobody. All of us are human. I think it was when I was watching the last session, Paul made a statement about the lady pilot that maybe she snapped. Okay, and I know, look, I will not take what is his name now? What's the guy's name? This guy on Arise TV.
Ruben Abati.
I'm not going to take him serious because, like, on what he can say what he wants to say. I don't know his motive, and I don't think he's an authority in Nigerian politics anyway, as unpredictable as Nigerian politics is. So I don't think we should waste time. Maybe the only thing that he said, yes, that that the country has not. So it's just, these are just his personal opinions. They are not even scientific statements. I don't think I would want to. I was shocked. Actually, I was taken aback. Like, why would he make this kind of statements on a national TV? Because there are assertions, and they are unfounded assertions to say that 4 term will not work, serving food will not work, and we are making just like off the cuff statements. But it's okay. It's not a big deal.
How about the Civil War part where he said the Civil War is not over?
He's not even. I don't think he's even a northerner to start.
He's not a northerner.
So why do I have to? I mean, personally, as a northerner, I don't know. I know that I was born just around the Civil War, maybe during the Civil War, a bit after the Civil War. Even me personally today, I can't tell you A or B about Civil War. All the people that used to tell the stories about Civil War, the bulk of them have all died. So look, it's neither here nor there. And I'm an older person. If you talk to my children, I would be surprised if my kids know that there was a Civil War. I would be shocked.
But do they look at like people from the southeast with the kind of way he described it? Like about
so what kind of eye? Like, okay, so if they are president, so then what happens? It's not about a civil war. If you ask me personally, okay, if anybody has an issue about the Igbo man, it's not because of civil war. It can't be because of the civil war, because it's like, how do I explain this thing now so that I will not be misconstruing things? I don't think it's not the Igbo man that attacked Nigeria. I don't know if maybe I'm making any sense. It's not like somebody when you are sleeping at night, he attacked you. So you would say that this guy is a warmonger. I don't think that is what happened.
But there was this aspect that he mentioned that I find quite interesting, because yes, in my mind, I would think, because even during the Civil War, the war didn't happen in the north, so they barely even felt
it. Look, I don't think this is even a serious thing, because in my lifetime, I remember clearly, Alex Ikweme was the vice president to Shehu Shagari. We have short memories in Nigeria. Alex Ikweme, I was there in Jos in 1998 during the PDP convention. Actually, because I was a keen political watcher, I was in Lagos, but I traveled by road to Jos. Alex Ikweme was the second major contestant to what's his name now, this old soldier, Obasanjo. Are you suggesting that Alex Ikweme got no votes? Go and check during the primaries. The major reason why Obasanjo was elected was simply because of June 12th. So it's not true.
I just want to understand what he's saying.
When you look at the political terrain in Nigeria, it's not true that there's any discrimination at the political level against the Igbo man. I try to make people understand. Buhari, the same thing that people are saying that they are doing to Peter Obi, this is exactly the fate of Buhari for a long time, until when he decided to sit with I can't call them the devil, but for want of a better word, the mainstream, let's say, until he decided to sit with the mainstream politicians. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Even at Buhari's death,
he was having his millions, and it was very clear that he's never gonna. He contested against a northerner, he lost. He contested against a southerner, he lost. What are you going to say? Until the day he decides to go and sit with some mainstream people.
I see, but Mask, I just wanted to get a glimpse of certain aspects, because when people say these things, sometimes it goes both ways. Because when you hear about like some of these movements in the South Israel, you hear about IPOB and they talk about Biafra.
But wait a minute, that's not a fair comparison, though.
No, I'm not trying to compare. I'm just trying to have an idea when people say this about it, because it's not only him I've had this about stuff. Oh, no, are never going to like P2B and all kind of stuff. And I myself hold the opinion that if people in the Southeast, like people like Nnamdi Kanu and all that, keep talking about Biafra, you are always bringing out this specter all the time in the minds of people. So could that be part of the reason why he still sounds this way? Because if
no, but there are two different people here. You see, there are two different people here. People like me, you, Mascot, right? We don't really. That's no nonsense. But you have to look it beyond us, because yes, not democracy in the election.
No, in America, please. You know that what you are about to say is not true. That there is some lower people that don't like the Igbo man because of Biafra.
No, allow me finish. Now. That's what I'm saying. It's not now. No, that's not free. Maybe the way you phrase that.
Please try to keep it brief. Femi hasn't said anything.
Those that lost the civil war, there's a political consensus conspiracy against them. Now that's beyond. That is above me and you.
No,
that's not me and you. No, saying we know that's not it. But at that level, now no matter, not be saying it's true.
No, this thing you're saying. Okay.
You use Americans as an example.
Let me debunk this thing you're saying. Okay, you know that as far as the North is concerned, Kano is a major part in whatever political discussions you have. Right?
I'm listening, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Do you know Abubakar Rimi?
Yeah, that was killed.
No, Rimi was not killed. He died.
How did he die?
I don't know. Natural sickness.
Now, no, Abubakar Rimi now. During the arm robber where it was ambushed. Arm robber kill him. Let me put it that way. Abi?
No,
we don't. It's not. Yeah, arm robber kill him. We don't have any other facts now.
A very handsome politician. He's a very handsome guy. Abubakar Rimi. I know him. So that's
okay. So do you know which party he contested apart from PRP?
Are you talking about during the SDP and NRC?
No. Rimi was not a prominent politician that time.
Okay. Let's not have conversation. Calm down. Let me just try to because I was trying to get to something here.
What about his
you have had your turn now. For me, this is what I talked about. This guy hasn't had a say at all. So I was just trying to get to a point whereby, like, I hold one of those. I hold opinion that when people like Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa keep bringing the specter of Biafra, that in the minds of Northerners, especially the elderly ones, they remember what has happened in the past. Even if the war didn't happen in their territory, mostly in the South, they probably were busy doing their own thing. It didn't affect them directly. But I just wanted to ask Masca, is that accurate to say that the activities of some of these people in the Southeast also brings back that memory? And is it true to an extent that Northerners still feel a little bit apprehensive about Southeasterners?
Okay, yes, that is clear. But I'm going forward to tell you that it's not because of Biafra. I'm just supporting you that if, as a person, you remain adamant to say that I don't like you, you're only reminding me, you're only forcing me to ask myself, do I really like you or don't I like you? It's not because of Biafra at all. I'm just reporting back to what the man in Arise TV said. That people.
What do you think it is then?
No, what I'm saying is that there's really no one particular issue, and it is certainly not because of Biafra. But like you rightly pointed out, I'm just following your lead. Like if, for instance, somebody is constantly saying, I want to go, why would you want to give this person the leadership of your country if his main agenda is that he wants to leave? Are you with me? But to talk about Biafra, I look, I can tell you categorically that Biafra is not an issue. How is Biafra an issue in this country?
So, but it's a very interesting point you made just now about if somebody, and it is true, if somebody is saying they don't like an organization, don't like an institution, then you wouldn't want to, you know what, come and head the organization. You see what I mean?
No, you need to listen to them. Why did they want to go?
No, I hear what you are saying. However, that is a fact. It's a real fact. And I always said it. I said the actions of these people are making sure that region is suffering. Because I too come from that area. And this action of these people is affecting that region.
But so that we can all be on the same
There's a
page.
reason before the action.
No, hold on.
They are not the only ones things are affecting.
Hold
Calm
on.
down.
See, forefathers, I want us to go further, because if we stop here, it will be misunderstood. Honestly speaking, people like even this Nnamdi Kanu, the average Nigerian in the north does not, what now, the medium of exchange for Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't get through to the average northerner. How many times did Nnamdi Kanu go to your BBC Hausa service and speak? How many times? The average man on the street doesn't really know who Nnamdi Kanu is.
Masker, let's have an adult conversation. We are not talking about...
No, to be fair, I think he's making a valid point now that most northerners don't even know.
Conversation, for God's sake. It's not about the ordinary people. The ordinary people don't make the decisions. I mean, come on now. Let's talk as an adult here. Who cares about the ordinary people, what ordinary people think?
Okay, so
well, it is the people that make the decision.
Okay, so that's why I told you the major political person, as far as Kano is concerned, was a National Party, People's Party, NPP, which is the party of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Go back and check it.
It doesn't matter. That's politics.
It does. What are you saying now?
It doesn't matter. If Ojukwu no contest for president, so what do you want to talk? It doesn't matter.
Okay, so what is
it
calm
is the
down.
gentleman. Hold on. See, let's have another conversation.
I will listen to you. Wait.
Calm down. Let's try to keep it brief. Remember again, Femi hasn't spoken. I need to bring him in.
For me to understand you better, what is the point you are making?
I'm saying that what Abati referring to is talking about the elite, the governing at the governing level. There is a gentleman agreement that those that quote unquote lost the civil war. It was a war. They lost. Now, normal, you will pay. It is human. That's not what is happening. It's not new to us, right?
For how long?
Hold on. I am not saying because they have.
So this, I'm just saying that this thing is cock and bull. With due respect, why would you then make the Igbo man a vice president?
Why? Okay. Why? So
yes.
Hold on. So what?
No. What do you mean by so what? What do you mean by so what?
Hold on. What is vice president?
Alex Ikweme not an
vice
Igbo
president
man.
is the president that can become a president. If the president is died.
This guy talking about?
Vice president is a very sensitive position.
What are you saying?
What does it mean? What is vice president?
Vice president means just like Jonathan became a president.
How did Jonathan Goodluck become president? What are you saying?
No, could they wait? Make people they die before Igbo man become president.
No, but he's saying what they are saying is that hold on. See, what he's saying is that if they are not, they don't want to countenance an Igbo man becoming a president, they wouldn't even make him a vice president. They wouldn't take that risk. Yes. So hold on. Let's move on. So Femi, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. You know, these Okpegogolo people, you know how they are. They are very, very difficult to control. They are proud of it. This is some attitude. This is our attitude that they carry. So welcome. So, but what do you make of it? Because Ruben Abati, some of the comment that he made. Because I'm trying to get an idea is it the way Northerners still see Southeasterners? Because recently I'm beginning to find that there are actually some people that really don't like Southeasterners. I can tell you that right now. And but that said, there is the idea that Jonathan was the president of the country. And somebody once said on this panel that Northerners don't distinguish that much between Jonathan and other Southeasterners. If that is the case, does that not say that Nigerians just vote according to the way they want to vote? They don't necessarily vote against any particular group. Is that, I don't know whether I'm coming across this in properly on this one. What do you make of this statement that Abati made, that Northerners, to them the civil war has not ended? They will see every Igbo man like that. Because when I look at Jonathan seems like an Igbo man to every Northerner, and some part of his name sound Igbo actually. So what do you make of it? Do you think that plays any role in the way Northerners think of the South?
So absolutely, especially when I wanted to look at it this way. This way, I mean, of course, in the face of new evidence, there's always a chance for you to change or to edit your opinions. Having been born in the north, especially in southern Kaduna, grew up there, spent the rest of my life living in Nigeria in Lagos, and Lagos being a cosmopolitan city. One is in quite a good position to juxtapose, especially when I like the fact that honestly I did not know the difference between an Hausa, Igbo or Yoruba per se when it comes to the way the ethnic jingoism is played, not just in Nigeria but in Africa. Because growing up as an innocent child, you're not born knowing where you're from. It is with time that this thing gets indoctrinated into the ways of the world. Now, I said this to say that even within the North, is the same thing when you realize that most people think that North is just Hausa and Fulani. Meanwhile, most of the people that make up, in fact, most of the ethnic tongues and languages in Nigeria, more than half of them are from the North, including lesser known tongues like the Margi, even the Shua Arabs are still there. You still got I think they call the Waja, and of course there's still the not so lesser known Biroms and the Jukuns and the Gwaris and what have you. So it's not uncommon, truly, even from time immemorial, listening to when I was younger. Now that I think about things like this, when I listen to my parents, and this is not just limited to maybe one's parents, everywhere in Nigeria, everywhere in the world, people talk on dinner tables. Even saying things that some of us will not necessarily say outside, they would express those sentiments within. So I say this to say that as much as I will not necessarily disagree about the fact that there are certain people, the so-called owners of Nigeria, that are decision makers, but I think it will be difficult for me to discountenance the fact that even among commoners, peasants like myself, amongst us, irrespective again of tribe or whatever, this kind of sentiments play a part, whether intentionally, subconsciously, or what have you. Now, to say that Biafra does not play a part, I might want to disagree. And I say this because when one looks at least the history of what led to Biafra, irrespective of what truth one wants to believe, I just have this feeling again when one just looks at the whole things, the way it's played out from then up until now, and the kind of things that some of us may have heard amongst different groups of people. I just find it difficult to think otherwise, that Igbos are not treated badly or mistrusted. And that's not to say that there's no mistrust just around the major ethnic groups. Here we are talking about because this is more about the major ethnic groups now. There are hundreds of other groups that just sit around as if, wait, what about us too? So I feel in truth.
I think you have a point. Let me just add something there. You have a point, because when I think about the North, which is very interesting, because most people, when you talk about politics in Nigeria and leaders of Nigeria, they just say, "Oh, it's Northerners that are just ruling," but it's not Hausa that is the majority of the North. It's Nupe.
Funny enough, it's not even Fulani. It's not even Fulani. Exactly. It's ironic.
So I find that strange, because this is, in a way, from that point of view, you can even assume that Northerners have actually tolerated an Igbo president, because to them, Jonathan is Igbo. They don't see him, and that's how we see the North. To them,
Yeah.
not that Jonathan is Igbo. They don't see
Yeah,
much of a difference
but
between
the only
Igbo
thing for
and
fathers though
Southeasterners.
is that
I mean,
keep in mind part of my own argument, and this is just my opinion, is that I'm even focusing more on the core ethnic groups, as if there's no other ethnicities. Amongst the core ethnic groups, whether again rightfully or wrongfully, people are mischaracterized. I just feel there's a certain sentiment about what led even to right from when you had the killings of the Saldana and what have you, down to when Agui Ironsi was taken out, and all the way down to what's it called, through the civil war. I just feel for me it's difficult, and this is not me speaking from the surface level, and that's why I started with my own experience. I can only speak my own truths about my own experience from growing up in the north as well as in the south. You see, I'm trying to counterbalance it based on my experience.
so do you think the actions of people like Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Simon Ekpa, do you think their actions also doesn't help somebody like P2B?
So, like you
somebody
someone like
Amechi?
Samuel Ekpa, I don't even like talking about him. I'm not even ashamed to say I don't even like him.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about it. Just like their actions, does it have
Right.
impact on
Right.
P2B and the others?
With Nnamdi Kanu, maybe and I know people will not like this comparison, but I have no problem. It's not my problem. I don't have a problem with giving this comparison. You see that thing that you see going on in Gaza, that all of a sudden as if people were they were blind. The people were pretending as if these things are not happening. Abi, all of a sudden you now see France and England and the rest of them suddenly realizing that these are the same way I look at this, the same way I look at the issue of how the likes of a Kanu, for example, and it doesn't even have to be an Nnamdi Kanu, because if you keep like preventing people from achieving a goal that they feel others are entitled to, like it's almost like there's something deliberate. You can feel it. I'm not Igbo. I'm just saying, because it's easy for one to not to pander when it's not your people. I'm sharing the way I think, because I'm telling you, if this was the Yorubas that had the same, if the Biafran struggle was something that happened because the Yoruba man had killed the Sardauna, and then it now led down the road to call it Odua Odua Republic trying to secede. I would have said the same thing. It's just where I feel. It's just the sentiments that I see, the way I see it. It's just my opinion.
I guess that makes sense. Regarding Goodluck Jonathan's prospects and the idea that ADC is there, Atiku seems to be like a spoiler all the time. He just shows up, and whether he thinks he's going to win, whether he thinks he's going to lose, he doesn't care. Do you think the opposition party in Nigeria, they are serious people at this stage? They are not, are they?
First of all, there's no opposition. Second of all, the Jagaban has really done his Jagabantis by, they literally have moles in every party. And then, first of all, let's even ask ourselves, what's the difference between all the parties? What exactly is the difference? When more or less it's the same people that keep going from one place to the other. And it's almost like the theme of Nigerian politics is all about winning. That's it.
Maybe you have a point, because there has not been any real major difference between them in terms of the way they govern the nation, the outcome. But I must say, this president's accomplishment in the first 1 year, it would take a topping to do. No Nigerian government has performed this badly. As a matter of fact, in the world, now it's hard. Go and check it on ChatGPT or anywhere. Go and find out whether any government.
I'm sorry. I typically do not like to interject.
That's fine.
But if you look, maybe Nigeria is not a typical of the general scenario all over the world. But right from independence is now, has anything really gotten any better?
It did get better after the Civil War when they had the oil boom, but they were acting like spoiled brats and they squandered all the good things. I hear what you are saying. We have always been in a descent, gradual descent over time. But the 70s was an exception because the Civil War brought us down, but it spiked us up a little bit. The early 80s, I think, was the pinnacle. And I think that's when the Nigerian currency was even stronger than the dollar. But from then on, it's
Sorry
down the
again.
slope.
I really beg you. I crave your indulgence. Can I just puncture a little O in that we didn't even do anything with that wealth in the 70s as much as we should have. You know why?
They did first stack. They are very, very proud of first stack.
Forefathers, go and check go and reread the history, really what really led to first stack and what really happened. Now, it's not even just the first stack thing. All I'm gonna say, and I'll keep quiet after this, is can you compare what we achieved during that period with what's it called? UAE came from nowhere to where they got to with the same oil within the same period.
Yes, I think if we go into that discussion, I think my blood pressure will go up. So I will try to put that part of our failure. It's really, really bad. Welcome. You see, you know, all these Democrats, they know how to move around. You know, they wander the wilderness and they show up at the right time, hoping that somebody will call upon them to come and support them and all the rest. So, welcome, this is Ibadan Prestige. So, what do you make of this comment by Abati? Do you think, because let's face it here, from the point of view of the North, Jonathan was an Igbo man. They don't know the difference. They can't tell. Just like we can't tell the difference between Nupe or Kanuri versus most Northerners. And that's how Southerners see it. So, do you think what Abati is saying is accurate based on that?
Yeah, greeting everybody. Greeting Forefather Maska. Nice to see you. And Femi, greeting to everybody. Yeah, I've made a comment from different platforms in reference to what Abati said, and I was really pained. Why am I saying that? I have no issue. Some of them is politics. When he was making that commentary, I think what I understood, somebody told me, one media person told me that the reason why this guy, is so exercise some impunity in that particular channel, that he's a shareholder in that channel, because it seems like he can never do any good. If never do any bad. Look at what happened when he confronted the other Rise news guy, Orji, and there's nothing come out of it. So he has taken his boldness to different level. The politics that he tried to play there, if he had stopped and said that Obi cannot Obi just deceiving people, or is desperate to contest for the to stay for 4 years, but you call yourself a political guru, like you're the most knowledgeable PhD or that kind of nonsense you claim to have. He's not the only person that has PhD. You've forgotten to say the Nigerian Constitution allow you for just 4 years, not more than 4 years. The second year, the next 4 years is people like you, they can vote you in. There's no way in the Constitution it said you have to rule for 8 years. 4 years, that's what it said. So I don't see anything that will be said that was out of place. And there's a video that was played in 2022. Obi made the same comment that you only need 4 years. He told Abati that you only need 4 years, to put the country in the right trajectory. He never said that he's going to rescue the country, but he only needs 4 years. 4 years is enough for him to rule. It's idea. Obi made that comment in 2022. That was with Abati. Abati never made any kind of bigotry comment, insidious, in my own opinion, at that particular time. Why not? That's what concerns me about.
Let me say this. Based on talking to Nigerians and on this platform and backstage, what we see from Abati is not objectivity. What we see is a kind of innate disdain for a set of people. Because clearly, P2B is a very, very civil character from anybody. Anybody can tell you that. That's part of some of his weakness, even. So people see that as his weakness, that he's too civil. But yet, look at the venom at which, the way he talked. He was even speaking for the Northerners. And this is a problem. And this is why I keep saying Nigeria needs hate speech law, because Nigeria, some of our people, the kind of hate they have in their heart, they will transfer it to their children. But I just wanted to say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad Maska is here. Maybe he can dive into this particular topic. Although we have plugged it before, I've not had Maska point of view. But let me finish what I'm saying. Like he was saying earlier, if he has stopped that Obi is trying to be desperate, coming 4 years that it's not going to have 4 years, he's trying to deceive people or whatever. That's okay. It's politics. I have no issue on that. But when he pivot, try to bring about the civil war, try to reignite the old wound. That's where I have an issue. There's no need pivoting to that angle. So my question to Dr. Bati, you're from the Southwest. The last time I checked, you're a Yoruba man. How do you know how the North think? Why would you say the North, this is the way the North are feeling? Are you a Northerner? Do you think for them? Even at all, let's assume, some of them are feel like that. I mean, some Igbos feel like that too. But you don't have right to make such a general statement that they're not going to forgive you. There's still a civil war. What are you? I don't understand the reason behind that comment that he made. So, Maska, let me ask you, Dr. Bati, does he think for all the whole Northerners? Please.
No, it's not even. I've tried to convince forefathers.
No, I think he has made that clear. To be fair, I don't
personally forefathers so that I can respond to him properly. It's not just about thinking for the Northerners. There is enough evidence on ground to show that is not it's not a thing actually, because an Igbo man since 1979 was the vice president to Shehu Shagari. That same vice president was the major contestant in PDP in 1998. So 79 to 98, 20 years. The man was the major contestant with Obasanjo to contest for the presidency in 1998 for the 1999 election. And you can't tell me that Ikweme gets 0 vote from Northerners because they don't like him. Forefathers also made a very valid point. As far as the Northerner is concerned, this, what's his name? Jonathan Goodluck is an Igbo man. And it is Northerners that went and invoked that doctrine of necessity. The Senate president was a Northerner that made Jonathan Goodluck the sitting president. So this, I do understand that people can talk politics. They can say what they say. Like I told forefathers, as far as I'm concerned, one, I don't think we should listen to Dr. Abati, because what's his pedigree in terms of the analysis. So,
Maska, the guy occupy a very important position, and a lot of people listen to Arise News. That's what bothers me.
Okay, sorry. Man of prestige. The point I'm making, Tinubu today is the president. Do you think that everything Tinubu says is now perfect? Between Tinubu and Ruben Abati, who occupies more important position?
No, of course, Tinubu has the both.
All I'm saying is that this Peter, what do they call him now? Ruben Abati. Because somebody is doing some work, we give him too much importance. Everybody, all of us here are human beings.
I hear what you are saying, but try to understand where man of prestige is coming from. Think about it. It's not, when I hear him talking, I don't just hear him. I hear what some other Nigerians sound like, what Agbado supporters sound like. You can see this innate disdain for P2B that you like, where is this coming from?
And I've told you, forefathers, that look, we need to wisen up. The issue with Peter Obi is not because he's an Igbo man. It's what Peter Obi is putting on the table. The truth, the God's honest truth, is that both me and you, if we sit down and articulate, even the obedience that are running after Peter Obi, if they sit down and articulate what Peter Obi is saying, people would come to the table with a lot of sacrosanct, some sort of trepidation. Because the man, what he is proposing, moving from consumption to product, all of us are consumers. Because this man now is going to start telling us that the biscuit we eat here in Nigeria, we may likely start eating biscuit made with maize. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. What he's proposing is not palatable. What he's going to bring to the table It's not palatable to the average Nigerian, not to talk of the man at the top. This is why they don't like him. And I said it is exactly the same reason why Buhari for a long time contested and contested until he had to go and sit with some
Maska, do you think we should just leave what he said as an opinion? Because some people in the comment section is just an opinion.
More than
but there's
that.
an opinion that is
No,
not
to
good.
be fair though, it's an opinion though. What are you going to do?
Is this even it's not even a hypothesis. It's not that he has made a theory and he has verified it with some facts. It's not.
It's an opinion now. A biased opinion, but it's an opinion. The only reason why I'm kind of examining it because I see this as a trait of Nigerians, and like I said, Obi should have very low negatives because he's not a guy that draws anger from people. But the way these were angry sometimes towards him, you begin to wonder where is this coming from. And to be fair, I will say this: I've never seen this from Northerners, which is weird. It's not from Northerners I see this; it's from Southerners that show this serious disdain for P2B. And I just like, why? What is the point? But I will leave that for now. Let me bring in this thing. Niger is a scam. You know all these man of prestige people that just wander around.
Niger is a scam.
No. What? Oh, you see, man. Oh, I see. I think what he actually meant was Nigeria is the greatest. It's like we won this competition recently, so he probably made the mistake in the spelling. Welcome, Nigeria is the greatest. You're welcome.
No, Nigeria is always a scam until you guys change.
Look at that.
Yeah. For me, Nigeria is a scam till tomorrow. So I came here, to clarify something about P2B. I see people talking about him sharing food and all that he was pretending. Ruben Abate, I mean, he's a tribal bigot anyway. Everybody knows about him. See, I have met P2B one-on-one. I have met Soludo one-on-one. I worked in a hotel called Roban Hotels. People that live in Enugu know Roban Hotels. I worked there as a housekeeper before I came to the United States. I mean, many years, after, that was around 2006, 2007, So when P2B was coming to his court hearing, when he was kicked out of office as the governor of Anambra State, right? He lodged in a hotel. What he told you guys was true. He doesn't move with convoy. No way. He was in the room with his wife, and the receptionist called my department that we should go and clean the room. I just want people to understand who P2B is. Nigerians don't know him. Whatever he's exhibiting is who he is. He doesn't pretend. So when I got to the room, the door was slightly opened. I opened the door. His wife was there. He was there standing, getting ready to check out. And his ADC was there, tall Hausa guy. He has a scar on his face. Immediately, P2B saw me entering the room. They ate banana, right? The pills was on the table. Immediately, this man saw me. He picked it up and put it in the garbage. The bed was like nobody slept on it. The room was so clean. The toilet was so clean. That's who P2B is. Seeing him sharing food and all that, that's his nature. He's not pretending. If whoever that want to believe. If you don't want to believe, that's your business. I don't care. Now, Soludo himself lodged in the same hotel, but not the same time as a CBN governor. He came to Enugu from Abuja or wherever his office was then. The Enugu state government was coming to the hotel every morning whenever he goes out to check everything he ate, stuff the fridge back again. But all the things he ate was on the table. We had to clean it. I'm not holding it against him anyway, because that was my job, right? But I'm trying to tell you the personality of these two people. I have met this short man. What's his name? Whatever man. What's his name? Oshomole. I've met him. Ali Modu Sharif. All of them came to Enugu when Eselu, which is Andrew Bass' brother, had his first child. His first son. He invited all of them to Enugu, right? They lodged in the hotel. I saw them. I saw their pride. You know what I'm saying? So the problem of Nigeria is we Nigerians. My friend told me the other day that we Nigerians are stupid people. I said, what do you mean? He said, how could we be Nigerians? We say we are giant of Africa. We do all these marvelous things, do all this brag everywhere, here and there. And these few people treating us like that. We should be ashamed of ourselves. You understand me? I know we are kind of handicapped. We can't do nothing. For real. But we can do something. Other people, civilized countries, they hit the street. Okay, just look at this deportation of immigrants here in the United States. See what happened in California, in New York, a lot of places. People move on the street, you know, fight for their right. Okay, so we have to sit up and do something. Waiting for these people, Peter Obi will win this election again, and they will not give it to him. Period. So let us not, you know, keep deceiving ourselves. And he is the right man for the job right now that we know. I know we have a lot of good Nigerians. They don't want to comment on Nigerian issue because it's bigger than them.
Yeah, but Nigeria, see, if he runs for president, and Atiku runs for president, and PDP runs for president, why do you think they are going to rig? They need to rig for him to lose?
Okay, 2023 election, Peter Obi won that election. Okay, Atiku ran, right? Kwankwaso ran, Peter Obi ran, and he won the election. Category, he won.
Okay, what do you support? Let me ask you now what you support, because I'm really concerned that the way the parties are behaving right now, they are going to guarantee Tinubu wins. What do you think? Should Peter Obi work with Atiku?
No. No vice president can perform.
Okay,
vice presidents don't perform.
How is he supposed to win then?
He's supposed to win or what?
How is he supposed to win when Atiku is running, taking vote from him? And
you didn't hear me. You didn't. Hold on. You didn't hear what I said. I told you that 2023 election, Peter Obi won.
Okay, is he going to win again now that Tinubu is in office?
See, same thing will happen. It doesn't matter who is in the office. This is a cabal something. Nigeria has been hijacked, but people don't know. Nigerians are playing. At a time, me and you, we can't go back home. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, but hold on. I need to challenge some things, because one, you have to be careful when we say these things we say, because you have to look at
No, I'm not as careful. I'm not afraid. Listen. I'm
not saying you should be scared. I'm just saying
Peter Obi won the election. Take it anywhere.
Calm down. Let me ask you this, because we remember Buhari lost 3 straight elections when he tried to run for presidency. He lost until he changed the calculus, and then he won. Now, a party that used to get about 50% between the 2 major parties in Nigeria, that party split into 4. The other one didn't split at all. What do you think is going to happen when you go to an election?
No, see, forefathers, you are trying to see 2023 election. Tinubu was not the president, right? Obi won, and people helped Tinubu to get into office. And now those people that helped Tinubu to get into office, now they have a portfolio, they have an office. They will do it smoothly. Peter Obi might not even get 5 million or 3 million votes this time, but he's gonna win it.
I just want you to consider that dynamics means that
let me retrace what I said.
Sorry, just hear me out, because this is a very interesting point. That dynamics simply is indicating that maybe the ruling party doesn't even need to rig to win, because nobody
will vote for them. No, forefathers. Let me tell you the truth. 10% of Nigerians will not vote for Tinubu. The only people that will vote for Tinubu are those people who are in this government reaping Nigerians. I'm telling you, and their families. 90% of Nigerians will never vote for Tinubu. Let's be honest with ourselves. That's why most of the times I said I don't like Nigerians. Nigerians are too corrupt. We don't like to speak the truth to power. Nigerians are too corrupt. All these things happen in Nigeria can never happen in America, United States, where I live, where I reside. No way. It will not. Okay, so what I'm telling you is, what I'm telling you is that 2023, Peter Obi won the election. Come 2027, he's still gonna win, but he will never be announced as the winner. That's the truth. Nigerians have to do something. If we don't, at a time, I tell you, me and you will be scared to go home.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I like your experience with Peter Obi, what you described. You know, that bed that he didn't use, you don't know. Maybe he
used it. I didn't say he didn't use it. I said the bed was like nobody slept on it.
Yes.
And his personality, he saw me as the housekeeper coming to clean the room, but but he cleaned the table for me. That's a personality. Like here in the United States, right? If you're walking through a door and somebody is coming behind you, I mean, courtesy, you hold the door for the person. Or if you're coming out, you know, somebody is coming in, you can say, okay, you can go in first. That's how we do here. I don't know how you guys do in UK though. That's personality of people.
I think it's the same in the UK too. So,
And-
but let me add to this thing. Sorry. Hold on.
I just want to round up and listen to you
Hold
guys.
on, calm down. Just hold on for a second. Let me just read this one before you calm down. You know, you are one of those people that make people think that Nigerians are always fighting all the time, even when you're just speaking. But he's asking me what I think P2B won the election. You know what I will tell you for that? I don't know.
I know he won. I know he won. For real, my brother. I know he won.
You can't
Forget
say you
about
know.
all this. I know. Forget about all these shambles Nigerians are doing. They know. INEC knew that P2B won the election. INEC, they knew that P2B, and who helped them to rig the election is an Igbo man too. Nwosu. He's an Igbo man. Okay. Yeah, he's an Igbo man talking about glitches and all that. He was the first person to talk about glitches after the elections. Okay, so 2027, P2B is going to win the election.
Why were they not able to rig Southeast votes?
It's not Southeast votes, Nigerian votes.
Yeah, but my point is that it appears in the Nigerian space, when you look at the way they vote, there is rigging going on, but it's not, it doesn't control the entire process. It's like some people rig and there's counter rigging, and then the rigging will balance out.
No, forefathers, do you know, forefathers, do you know that a criminal who is waiting for you, you can't escape a criminal that is waiting for you, right? When somebody has already planned for you and you are not aware, you must fall into that trap. That's what happened, okay? Not that Nigerians were not aware that they rig elections, right? But the massive support that came out for P2B, right? People thought everything. And again, the promise of INEC. INEC promised that it's going to be transmitted live. Everybody will see it. That's what they said in Chatham House. At the end of the day, they said there was a glitch, right? So all this, they will come up with another story in 2027 because people already know about this glitch, you know, kicking against it and all that. They will come up with another thing. But I want to tell Nigerians here today, Nigerians will beg an Igbo man to rule them. It's not pride. That's the truth. And it's only an Igbo man that will fix Nigeria. We are not surviving. Igbos are, I'm Igbo. Igbos are not surviving we are not surviving based on what is coming out of Nigeria. No, we don't. I know how much I send to my family every day, and they're doing fine. Everybody's happy, right?
You trying to tell me when they plant yam in Imo State, it doesn't grow? Is that what you're trying to say?
When what?
When they plant yam inside Imo State, it doesn't grow. You say nothing that nothing's coming from Nigeria, enabling people to survive. That kind of statement, you can't just make that kind of statement now.
See, if you have money, it doesn't matter if you plant yam or not, you will survive. You will buy it with your cash. Whoever that plants yam in trailers and he don't see a buyer, he's not gonna eat it all. It's transaction, it goes either way, right? So it's not about you being a farmer. If you are farming, you need somebody to buy your product. So when I have the cash, I buy your products. You don't produce cars, but you buy cars, right? So my brother, forget about that's just a word to put fear into people. No, it's not for somebody who is making money.
Okay. So I think we will need to move away from this topic before it starts getting a little bit too hot.
It's okay. I'm leaving you guys. I just want to clarify that P2B, whatever he's exhibiting, that's him. That's him.
No,
He's not pretending.
We already know that.
He's not pretending.
P2B is no different. You know, during that debate, when we were debating and Dino Bilai was going at him, you saw how when P2B got frustrated. That is the max he has ever shown publicly. That is as frustrated as he gets.
Have you talked about KI? You know, the airport incident. Have you talked about him? KI.
I don't understand the story very well. I don't know. Except somebody wants to break down the story so that viewers can understand. Because I too want to understand the story.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Man of proceed. I want to say something. Is there any living thing that could stand before a moving vehicle or a plane? That thing is an animal. It's only animals that stand in front of a moving machine, right? So he's an animal. For real. He's stupid. Okay? That's
Okay,
what it is.
hold on. Before we start calling people names, can we let's not go back to that topic. I think what's his name? Oh my God, I've forgotten his name. The
KJ.
KJ.
Ah, for you.
Thank you, Uzo. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Without the Carlo, but it's all right. Where's Uzo Carlo? Even where has he gone? And we've not heard of him again. All these people have just disappeared.
It's
all right,
around.
so
It's not making news.
There was a time they were hating on him big time, man. But it seems like
All right, guys. I got to do something. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. All right. So okay, now let's bring this guy in. I think we need to move on from this discussion to other areas. I think because I think we are 1.5 hours in now. So we are going to be going back to this American issue, which is something I don't fully understand yet. Because when I say don't understand,
American with their problem.
What you want? You see that?
We don't have to talk American problem here. It's not about
American. This is American.
You see that?
Problem. Nigeria, they talk about American.
But we have to understand what is going on around the world now.
Are you in America?
There are consequences for us. There are consequences for us. Okay, you know what I'm going to do?
Why can't we talk about what's going on in your country, London? I mean, you all are heavy tax.
Okay. One thing we can do then. Let's do the dollar one then. Let's do the dollar one because the president recently was announcing rewards for the footballers and the female footballers, and he went on to say that they are going to be paid in dollars, and including I think Shetima too did the same thing, and some Nigerians were not happy about that, which is I think is accurate for them or correct for them to do that because this government is the one that said they were going to do Nigeria first. They forgot that Nigeria first include the Nigerian currency first, and their attitude. What I find a little bit, concerning about that, unsettling, because the attitude toward the Nigerian currency has been quite negative. This is why our GDP now is below. I think it's gone back above 200, just about $240 billion now from $450 billion. It went down to $240 billion now. Last year, it was somewhere around 180 something billion dollars. That's how far Nigeria fell from $450 billion to 180 something billion dollars. That is how much damage this president did. And I can tell you right now, I checked it. There are very, very few cases during peacetime this has ever happened in history. What the president did to Nigeria, Nigerians don't know how bad it is. But we are going to move on from that. But this dollar issue now is about why is he not putting the Nigerian currency first? If he's not doing it now, why would he ever discourage people from using the dollar? We keep demanding the dollar. We keep saying dollar is expensive, but why are you promoting dollar? Why are you paying people in dollar? And they probably pay Nigerians in dollar. These politicians, that's how awful that they are. This is why our nation never grew, because they will pay people in dollar and they will tell us that, oh, we should go and spend naira. And our lot is improving. So let's just do that 30 minutes. If we do that, we round up from that and move on to American news, because now we will have America and the world news for 1 hour. So what do you make of it, Uzo, with this naira business? Did you see the video, by the way?
Yeah, I see the video. I'm a football lover, so I see the video. Yeah.
Good. So what do you make of it? And do you have any examples of Nigerians, politicians and rich people paying in dollars?
Even you to Nigeria, you go back to Nigeria now. You go use dollars. Give you $1 I have to give you an example. I'm coming somewhere. I'm coming somewhere. What I mean that everybody in Nigeria has the mentality of using dollars. It's not about the government should lead by example, but Nigeria as it is right now, they put naira for you, put dollar. You better even put with their pound that you use over there. If they put the pound, put it, that will take dollar, no matter what it is. You see, it's the number one currency in the world, so they want to associate with it. Let Nigeria be their currency. We also have the Nigeria currency. It's the number one currency in the world, no matter how.
But China's currency is not the number one currency, but you don't see them.
Who they use China currency for Nigeria?
I mean in China itself, you don't see them.
Yeah, I know they use their own. They still buy they still use dollars in international markets. They see
Yes,
them from
but
the
not
international
within
market.
their country,
So
not within their country. This one is within Nigeria.
Yeah, you can't stop Nigerians in Nigeria from not using dollar. So Americans who's in Nigeria, they pay their teachers in dollar in Nigeria there. So the government cannot stop that. Some
Why
professionals
can't they
that
stop
travel
that,
here.
by the way? Why do you say they can't stop that?
That is the policy. I don't know. How can I know why don't they stop it? How can I what can I stop it?
See, I don't have any problem with Americans that make money in dollars overseas, bring their dollars and pay their staff. I don't have any problem with that. It doesn't affect Nigerian foreign exchange.
No, listen to this. American financial schools, some of the schools that run in Nigeria and Lake those places, all right? Some students even pay in dollars in those schools. They also pay some of the teachers in dollars. Inside Nigeria, you know what I mean? It's just like
Uzo, let's be clear. There is a clear policy that you cannot invoice within the geographical entity of Nigeria in any currency other than the naira. There is a clear policy.
Yeah, we know that. That's why they do that. It's not good.
That is the law. The only thing that I would say is to talk about this is a total waste of time, because with every Nigerian law, which law have we not been breaking? And the case of Nigeria is that the people that make the law are the first people that will break it. So that is very clear. There is a law. You cannot invoice in any currency other than naira. But you are right. Schools they would ask you to, if you myself, you would rather go and pay them in the dollar than begin to look for naira to go and.
For naira to pay. Mm-hmm. So what you are talking about the dollar? There's a point which some video that was circulating all over internet, and tonight that you did a military man, chief of defense staff, never talked about it. Some Nigerians are complaining of them serving for years. They never get, just for the years that played us a soccer like a moon tournament. They are paid over 100 million naira, and for them, have been keeping their life on the line for years and years and years. They have not been gotten anything. And nobody's talking about that. That is a very big icing, you know. I won't tell you like when I saw this video, it was like, it doesn't to be so. It doesn't to be so. A service guy, police, Air Force Army, served for 35 years, 40 years, they end up getting nothing. So that's what we should be talking about. So this should be an eye-opener for everybody. That okay, let's try. We are talking about insecurity. This is part of it. Look at the way those guys are speaking. He give them gun for they won't patrol this government after seeing how they are suffering, sleeping in the bush, no light, no water, eating raw meat, raw animals. End of the day, people came back and don't won a Nations Cup. They gave them $100 million naira. You know, we should talk about that. See how to improve the security of Nigeria. That's what we're talking about. Not all this giving us something to talk about, like the naira and dollar. You talk about that, how to like champion this thing, man. It's not good, man. I don't like it, man. It's not good. Yeah, I'm a football lover, but the way that our security people are being treated, they are heroes. They are the number one hero in Nigeria. Don't say they are number one hero. Not the soccer or football or basketball or championship. Those are security people are heroes, but we don't treat them as one. That will treat people that already made it. So like this Michelle loves it that she's here playing Houston Dash. She's not lacking anything. She's not lacking anything. She even give. You know, she doesn't lack. She's a professional here and she plays soccer also to make money. So giving him 100. What is going to do? And you see a soldier suffering, family are suffering. Nowhere to see, nowhere to. You can't even take care of them. So for me, I think that's what we should be talking about. You know, and also. I forgot that Ebaribe, governor of Abia State, I see a video is endorsing the governor of Abia State for he should continue. And that's what you celebrate good things. Not every time we celebrate bad things. Right? The guy is doing good. You see, even someone from another party telling what they are seeing in Abia State that is he that did a good thing, he should continue. So they say the guy should continue for a second time. There's no need of changing him. So that's what other people should be learning. If you do good job, there's no need of not electing you for a second time. If you do good, the masses will come out and vote for you. And I didn't talk about this election coming in, Jonathan and co. But guy, this election is already over before it even started. And I still maintain my point. You guys not taking, the people go there for ballot. The way the things are going, the guys not taking, it won't be in ballot. All right, because everything is working against him. They want to make sure it's not in the ballot. I don't know. It's going to happen if it's not taken. And for the northern and south, Bas can know this, but I'm not gonna say that. I thought you're not a Hausa guy. You're not the bad guy. Every other person go video. And I stay in the northern state. That's why you don't speak Hausa. You don't do Yoruba. Every other person, they don't see Igbo man as a they don't see Calabar man as a Calabar. Everyone now in Yamani, they don't care whether you are Calabar, wherever you are from. You are in Yamani. So it's doing the politics. It's the politicians that will tell you.
Hold on. I hear what you said about the this. My system was frozen. That's why I didn't interject. That's why I didn't interject. The soldiers, this thing. I think I have the video. It's just that it's quite long, but I think it made a valid point. People are sacrificing their lives every day. Like I said, I even know somebody that died in Nigeria, with the Nigerian security forces, and nobody even knows about them. They don't even announce them on TV. But people go and play a rubber circle around for a bit, and they make the nation proud, and you give them an award, and you remember them. We don't value this is a kind of testament to our society. But again, that is the nature of society. Let's face it, basketballers making millions of dollars, an AI engineer that I just played that was being given a job for 1.3 or 1.4 billion, $1.6 billion, a job, $1.something billion. So it tells you this world has never been level. It hasn't been fair. But in the aspect that somebody is willing to sacrifice their life for your people and their nation, the way Nigeria treats its military and its security forces, I don't think it's appropriate. It's not appropriate. They are not, I think it's for a reason. It's deliberate too. They celebrate thieves and all the rest, but they don't celebrate the ones that sacrifice their lives the greatest, because they don't want to encourage people to be sacrificing their lives for their country. Because if those people start doing it, God forbid, things will start getting better for the country. So that's what they don't want to see. So I thank you for bringing that up.
Can I speak on the dollar issue?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the question you asked, why is Nigerian government not discouraging people from using dollar? Okay, in my own opinion, there's a lot of compartment to that. I would think they're not discouraging people from using dollars in Nigeria from the official economy and black market. I mean, there's many reasons. We can talk about the economy, the policy, and the trust. And let me begin with number one. Because of the instability of Naira, Naira tends to depreciate. It's not stable. People would like to, hug dollars, particularly politicians. They want to hold dollars, and hug it. So, in case Naira depreciates, they don't lose out of the benefit they're going to get from it. That's part of the reason why. And government, is not.
But hold on. Let me ask you though. You see, those two things are related.
Okay.
If you don't have any interest in protecting the Naira, you go for the dollar. But if you protect the Naira, if you have an interest in protecting the Naira, you will do everything to protect it. You are not going to be going for the dollar. So, in other words, they are a kind of giving out or a kind of confessing to the fact that they are not for the country. That's what they are doing. Because if you don't put your mouth where your mouth is, and you claim, and by being a leader for that nation, that's what you have a kind of saying that you want to do. You want to put your money where your mouth is. But these people, when they get there, their mouth is somewhere else, and their money is somewhere else.
Okay, the point is that let them come from political angle. The politicians, that we have, they are there, for their interest. They want Naira to be scarce because that's going to benefit them, and this is why we have black market because of the scarcity of dollar. We have black market, and the politicians are benefit. It's a matter of interest in that regard. and there's nobody that is
But
paying
it doesn't
them.
make sense, though. You see, let's think about it again.
No, it
If
makes
the
sense
naira
to them.
improves, they make more money anyway.
But did they care? They don't care about that. They are making money already. They don't care about common people. That's going to benefit everybody. They after that, you know, our politicians are very selfish and greedy people. They're after their own state. They want to keep you in poverty. They don't want everybody to benefit. Why do you think we are where we are right now? They want to keep the Nigerian people docile. They don't know what's happening. They want the elite. They don't want everybody to be equal or close to be equal. That is what's happening. That now, you know, and this dollarization of Nigeria is playing a role in the in the Nigerian economy and everything. That's exactly part of it. You know, I mean,
I thought it was coming down. The time you used dollarization of Nigeria. I thought it was coming
right now
down.
between 1,500 and 1,600. So that's kind of stability, if we call it in that regard. Okay, do you know it's illegal to use a dollar in Nigeria according to CBN? There's an act about local currency should be the way we transact business in Nigeria, but that's not being enforced. This is supposed to be enforced by the central bank, by the CBN, but they're not enforcing it. Yes.
Yeah, because none of them have an interest. They don't want to upset certain people. They don't have an interest in protecting the naira.
That's where I come in. That's what I was saying about interest.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
Another thing is the government. You know, okay, let's talk about our export. Don't we export in dollar? You see? Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't do enough of it. It's only Dangote that seems to be doing significant export right now.
Many of our import,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, even the raw material, everything that we use, you know, is all dollarized. You know, government is.
I don't know why do the Nigerian government not just say, you know what, this is the amount we are going to. I'm telling you, some government, this is the amount we are going to spend for dollars this year. After that spending, you screw you all. You don't get a penny in dollars anymore. Go and earn your own dollars overseas if you want to. Because this demand for dollars is getting out of control, and the Nigerian government is not ready to stop it. And like life is getting harder for Nigerians because of it. You know, let's face it, there are consequences to all these things. The poorer people are the ones suffering it. Because when dollar goes up, price of items go up, and they have to pay with naira for it.
But
which is
problem,
not nice.
let me tell you what I think. I'm not an expert in economy, but I have a little bit of knowledge. You can't force everybody to use naira. You can't force, without naira being stable. There's no way, that's gonna, you can't force anybody to use that.
No, I understand that, but that's your point. See, hold on. One of the problems of naira stability right now is considered stable because it's floated. However, one of the issues is because the demand is too high and the supply is too low. First, you increase the supply, reduce demand. And to reduce demand, discourage your people from using it and stop telling your football players that you're going to pay them in dollars. That helps. Those are attitude. Even if it costs it down 5%, it's something. It affects something. It may affect the price of bread by 5 naira. You never know. Don't just concede everything to foreigners all the
time. Forefather, this one argument against these women where they give dollar. It's one of the most out of place argument I've ever heard in my life. Like, I don't understand how where in the world government employee earn more than private business people. Why? Where?
Okay.
No, but that's not the answer.
Let me show you an example. How much did they pay the American US basketball team when they win the Olympic?
But it's not about the amount, though. We're not talking about the amount.
Yeah, did I announce it? Did they bring them out and announce that this amount of money? No, that's why you have to compare it. It's not a private. You have to compare the two.
You're saying a different thing. Hold on, Luzo. The guy, that military guy, right? I understand he wants to use that to draw attention to how they are being treated, but it's out of place. See, if there's a reason, right? Let me after all, they practice capitalism and being a free market system bullshit. They say with the practice, the country where would they follow America, right? Who do you all this technology that the likes of Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the Apple guy, who do you think invented them? You think not them invent them? Those things are invented by the American military. But for the fact that it is against the law for America, for a government to pattern anything business related, that's why they push and give the public. I'm just using that as an example. How much American military they collect? You say they collect less than $40,000. $40,000.
I think they have insurance and package. They have insurance and package.
Yes,
you know,
we'll come to that. That's
that
not
is
the point.
important. Yeah.
Still, you won't compare them to the athletes where they America. Those guys in billions and millions. How much American employee? The president, how much did they earn? So that is not a good comparison. You are not helping your case.
No, what I'm saying, they should be able to at least recognize our heroes, those military people. All right, let them recognize them. Know what I mean? I didn't say
You had your time. Allow me make my point. We are saying two different things. That's not the point we are making. How Nigeria they treat them, that's beside the point. I'm talking about the argument the military guy is making. You cannot be comparing that parallel. It don't even make sense. Those guys are one-time payments. You till you die, you go see the receive retirement. Do you people factor all those that in? That's why they pay. I mean, I'm not justifying saying that amount they pay them, and that is too much or too small. That's not beside the point. They are using dollar to pay them. I'm against that. That's not it. But there's no comparison between these two people. Either you go apply for the job now, then put on for SMA, you go join military. You don't know that they know they pay them well. What you have to destroy another person earning for you to uplift your own. Those guys, maybe that for their life, they're not going to ever see them again. That's just one-time paycheck. So you don't have to destroy them just to promote your own. If you have a problem with your government, that's on you. They know they pay you well, that's on you.
No, I'm not sure he was trying to destroy them. I think he was using it to show that look at
make your case. See your government. See these people. This is not. See as an act in a one-time payment, you don't get gratuity. Now, yeah, see, what baffles me is that we only us go condemn the same system, say they know they treat their ex-athlete well after they don't retire. Only also, Rufai that year won't destroy the government because government is supposed to be better. No, they don't pay you during your career. It's over. Nobody cares about you. That's what those kind of payment is for. Is it too much? That's a different conversation. But you, you are an employee of a government. They use best. There's no corroboration at all. Your job, you go apply for the job now. If you know who I can quit, no, they use other person, they compare your own job. Yes, you know the person where they play football, you know, see the before go play the football. You know, see doctor. Doesn't make any sense. Your government is not paying you well. That's your prerogative. Face it.
No, I get what you mean now, but are you condemning the soldier now? What is the point?
I'm saying it is out of place. If they want to use that to draw attention to how they've been treated, that's a different ball game. Those guys deserve everything that came to them.
He's not saying that they don't deserve it.
He said, why did they overpay them? Then they pay them less. That is not an argument.
Okay, so then what is he saying now? What is he saying? Because I agree with you. What is the man saying?
Somebody is risking his life. Somebody is risking his life versus somebody that went and played football, and you are saying that person doesn't have a right.
That is not my problem. How is that the footballer's problem?
So what
he didn't blame the footballer. He's just saying what the society is doing. Come on, man. Why he doesn't have anything against the footballers?
So you are blaming society for overpaying the
sorry, Ovie, let me help you, Ovie. Ovie, let me help
Stop
you.
Blaming the footballers. You're making it look like he's blaming the footballers.
Forefathers, it's okay for the man to say whatever he's saying. But what Ovie is saying, we here, we should be more discerning. Because there are events that are mutually exclusive. The fact is that, look, if you are not being well taken care of, that's okay. But don't you use when they treat somebody well for you to start raising an issue about it. That they are treating footballers well is not mutually exclusive for the fact that they should treat military people well. So you shouldn't. Because what is now the picture that I didn't listen to that video, but the picture that you guys are creating is like a mutually exclusive picture.
No, I don't think that's what he was doing. I really don't think so.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's how
that's the second person though.
They go, see, all you need to do is to
Anyway,
look at how they
guys,
describe. Hold on.
I want to say good night, and unfortunately,
Thank
my
you for
big
joining
brother
us.
Dragon is here.
All you need to do is to
Good
listen
night,
to
everybody.
they used to describe those
Thank
guys.
you. I
Let's
appreciate
just
that.
go
Thank you for
say,
coming in.
just go do this thing. They give and they did it. What the fuck does that even matter? Why you don't go do them? Don't put them, don't use them to drive your case. If you want to drive attention, fine. But condemning those guys using derogative language to describe them that they don't do anything or just 1 month, they give them this. Go do them. Now, by force, you made a choice. Stay with your choice that you made. When any ex-athlete there will condemn government say they don't treat them well, then how do we expect these guys? We might never hear from them again. But for the fact that doesn't say, oh, Nigeria should treat their other employee less or good or bad. No. But don't bring those people just because you can't describe. It's the language they use in describing those people. Now make me say, come. What crime these people commit? What crime? Even if they give them $1 billion, what crime do they commit? Attack the person that is giving that money. But it's a thin line. Don't compare them to you. It's this life different. Everybody come this life different.
Can I make a quick point, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I came on only for one reason, as I was listening beforehand. Good evening, everybody, and hope everyone's well. The $100,000 that was mentioned they mentioned $100,000 to let everybody know what the dollar is, as opposed to saying it in Naira form. They are going to be paid in Naira, as far as I have learned. You know, they're going to be paid in Naira, but the equivalent in Naira is $100,000. And I felt that that was kind of clear when it came across to me. Then it was affirmed. So sometimes we argue badly, you know, in terms of what we're saying. You know, we know that Nigeria is in a state, in a horrible state. However, there's certain things that are happening in that Nigeria that are quite surprising to what we're speaking about. If you look at, you were speaking about exports earlier. If you see the export between Nigeria and America, it's about 4-point-something billion coming from America, exports to Nigeria, and about 5.9 billion going to America from Nigeria, which is rather balanced, given one country. You know, I don't know if we're aware that the oil in Nigeria that we're producing, 2 million barrels per day, or is our proper quota. But Nigeria has a lot more oil and a lot more gas than that. Nigeria's mineral wealth, we haven't even begun to understand it. We haven't begun. Nigeria is an extremely rich country. And then on top of that, we have not the kind of capacity that we need in terms of the expertise that is there in Nigeria. But there is enough capacity in Nigeria and of Nigerians that can make that country work extremely well. Sometimes we need to be careful about what we say. We know the way Tinubu started. I'm not a fan of Tinubu by any measure. Having said that, there's certain things that he seems to have done that could recover the economy. It's kind of unfortunate that he himself doesn't communicate these things. You know, Nigerians should be better communicators, but we're not. There are those who communicate extremely well. Don't get me wrong. But on a political level, sometimes we communicate poorly. That's why when I listen to people that know how to communicate and trying to put clarity across, I enjoy them. Somebody like Peter Obi, he communicates, I would say, accurately. And I will put it to you that Dati communicates far better than Obi, just in terms of his straightforward nature and the clarity in his English. I'm saying all this to say that, look, we've got to be careful of just getting into argument for the sake of arguing. The facts are there if we look for them. $100,000 is going to be paid in Naira form. It was done for the reason of letting everybody know that this is the amount. Nobody knows what, I don't know, 250 million Naira means or is. You know, the way our money is right now, which is about 1,700 to the pound, about just under 2,000 to the dollar. You know, that when you look at it, it may seem that we're in a really tough situation, and we are in a really tough situation. But the fact of the matter is, because of the economy and the fact that our currency is very low, this is an opportunity, not just for exports, but for people in the diaspora to go back home now. I would like to be home, to be frank. I have people back there, obviously my family and all that. However, boys who have gone from London of mine over the last 2 years, and bruh, they're living in Nigeria much better than they were living here. And just the fact that they have pound sterling and they're working internationally, they're living a life of Riley. But
okay, let me add something to what you just said about the currency conversion. We are aware that the funds that we're going to pay to the footballers were going to be in the Nigerian currency. The idea was having to translate it to a foreign currency. You don't see that from any nation. Have you ever heard the Prime Minister of Nigeria, the UK, talk about pounds spending and they translate it to foreign currency?
The UK wouldn't do that. But
no self-respecting nation does that. And,
no, no, I don't think you can put it like that plainly, because I've heard around the world them speaking in dollar, and they're speaking dollar because dollar is still the what do they call it? Something currency, the currency, whatever. So that's the reason why they do it. There was mention.
Hold on.
Well,
Give me an example.
I think Jago
Sorry, hold on now. Let me get. Okay, what example do you have where they talk in dollars? Like
in Malaysia,
we're talking about government officials.
Yes, now in Malaysia, they spoke. I heard this week, somebody, obviously a government official, speaking about business and what it means. He spoke purely in dollars. He didn't mention their currency once.
Hold on.
You saying hold on? I've answered your question now.
I know you're answering the question. But when it's been in dollars, oh my goodness, hold on, please. When it's been in dollars, the context is in the context of speaking about international business, not within their own nation, where they say, okay, we want to get this in refinery and it's going to cost us so and so dollars. Except they want to refer to it in dollars where they are going to purchase the item. That's what they're going to say. But when they are talking about it within their nation, especially giving their own people an award, you are literally having to convert it. I don't know how many Nigerian government has actually done that before. They don't normally do it because it's not normal behavior.
Hold on.
That's why Nigerians picked up on it this time. It's not normal.
Let me hear what Ovi has to say.
Something at the beginning that is at the cost of it all. He said Nigeria produced more than what we say that in terms of what a barrel said 2 million barrels, right? He's even capping it because it's about 1 point something. He said Nigeria produced more than that, which is a fact nobody would argue. So the question we should be asking, how many do we actually have, and who is taking the remaining one? Because those people who are taking the remaining, it could be 10 million barrels per day that are taking.
That's right.
How powerful are those people?
No, that's very right.
So those are the things, because our own Nigeria, our economy is based on what? Oil. 95% of our oil and everything is on oil, and still we don't know how it works. We don't know how much we have, what goes in, what comes out. But see, we look at it, and those are the people that run the government.
And regarding the exports and this thing, when I checked it out, just it indicates that most of the export to the US is oil, and the moment you export oil to the US, you might as well just pay them money to.
So what Jago said is
actually, all those people that are buying crude oil, petrol. Yeah, the moment you export crude oil overseas, and we are still importing petrol, we are in default. Because they are going to
America
charge
up
us.
They are buying from Nigeria lately. You know why? It is because they are servicing their own refineries within the East Coast. So it's going through renovation. That's why they up their buying, and that's legal. But what Jagu say is actually what every Nigerian should be concerned about. How much we really get safe, and who they take them. It's not that it's there that we don't know. Somebody is going. It's like the money is going.
They were supposed to be doing. I can see some companies emerging in Nigeria. They keep saying, okay, this one is doing this processing is being. They are beginning to start it in Nigeria, and they are trying to start establishing a company to do that. You see signs
that they are killing. What do you think is happening there? Farming and mining is going on. All these people, they are displaying people.
That's what I hear about it now.
So those are the wealth, but it is not bad enough they are taking it. But how powerful are they? Because if they see something free, bros, I want to make sure it remains free for life, unless you stop them. So that is
that's a different matter. But what I'm saying is that there are companies emerging in Nigeria. You hear they keep making announcements every day. My concern is that, like everything else, is smoke and mirror. The only one that has the government have actually said they were going to do and they got it done is Dangote that I've seen. I don't know. Do you know of any big company that's emerged recently in Nigeria that is quite important? Very rare. You see that in Nigeria. I don't know why, because Nigerians, they have money and Nigerian government can give them all these billionaires advantages so that they actually start doing something productive.
This is how Nigerian billionaires do it. They finance foreign company to come and invest in Nigeria. Does that make sense?
Yeah, which doesn't even, they don't trust themselves now because they are corrupted people. Why would they bring foreigners in?
That is what we keep talking about. That Jerry say there's that lack of trust among the power holder. Not be ordinary Nigeria. We are arguing about Nigeria. No, there's no local government you go in this country that people are still decided that see an Igbo man or any other trouble. So an average Nigeria no get problem. Say we hate this, but no, it's not about us. Those people who make the important decision, how they move is what should be our concern. Because they know the oil that the people who are still, them, then they stay the oil, them and their friends. But they're quiet about it. So it's not just about the way the ordinary people, but those guys are. I say the current minister of was it under Buhari? This Abaribe was getting an interview on national TV. Abaribe, that he was at the office of the minister of the Navy, the Oga Patapata of Navy. What's it called again? The Naval Marshal Abi. That in that his office, right? That is office. They see all the pipes that go in and out of Nigeria. From that their office, all the pipe for Niger Delta, they can see it like satellite, everything there. See, can they ask? if you're coming seeing all this from here, how come all these bandits? You don't even actually, ask the oil where they miss, but say all these bandits people they call. How come you guys don't see them? He said the man just smile. Now, these are the top guys. No be saying me and you. This on national TV. I'm not making this up. You understand? He just laugh and smile. So, nothing. That's it. So when they have, that's why when we are having this kind of conversation, it's not about what the ordinary Nigerian think. The ordinary Nigerian don't really have problem with each other. Yes, somewhere you will go, you will not see or just live our life. But those that make the decision is what we should be paying attention to, and I argue around that. So, because if we are known for oil, that's what we are known for. But we cannot say this is what the oil is about. That's the difference between Saudi Arabia and Iran.
I'll bring you in. Let me just highlight some of the points Ovie just made in terms of the theft that's going on in Nigeria and why I really feel strongly against some of the policies of this government that Nigerians, I'm surprised they tolerated it. Let me read the question that I asked just now. I asked the question, can you list a government that has reduced the GDP of its country by half in 1 year in the last 70 years during peacetime? None. That is how bad, like worldwide, 70 years back, none. And Nigeria takes it and say, it's okay. Yeah, well, let's carry on. It's all right. This guy is he means well somehow.
Tunanja, you know why where we missed it? You know why Kenya succeeded not doing that? Because Remember when they were revolting, the Kenyan youth? What is happening to us? Some people, they come out, 100 years of bad government protests. They were diluting how we think, that they set dates ahead. I say, come, this is not normal. Because now the same period, this government coming to power, and that's where the policy is implemented. You understand? Oga is at war. Oga is at war. Who's going to finance the war? Who do you think is going to finance the war? What do you think the tariff is all about? So, but we could not revolt. We are arguing against ourselves. Kenya revolted. They had to suspend their tariff. Our taxes, this no go through. All this, where do you think those money is going? It's not coming back to the economy. When they come one, they say step up your game. It's not for the betterment of the people, it's for their policy. So that's why when they announced Bola Tinubu as a winner, and everybody quiet. What I mean, everybody, people that are overpowered, everybody quiet. I say, don't finish. This is an agreement that this is what they really want. So the policy you are seeing are foreign to us. Forget all the analysis they are there, because not if you just look at the players, the economy players, the big company you are talking about, are all foreign. So how you know go trade with dollar? Just like Jagu said, both your buying and selling, everything is dollar. So I mean, that means the whole the big players, they don't reside in Nigeria, even if they are Nigerians. If you don't reside in Nigeria, what do you use dollar for? So what do you need naira for? So the government itself.
Let's bring Uzo back in, because Uzo wanted to say something, please.
Yeah.
Uzo, sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. So what was it you wanted to say?
No, I was just trying to add what Uzo is saying about the thefts going on, right? So your Uzo is right, because end of the day, it's not with the people, man. I've been an office years back, during Obasanjo regime, here a call control in the customer face. All right, I was there with the guy, the call control. You know what they said? So like tankers loaded up oil are crossing the border. All right, who owns it? They trace who owns the contract. They say, my baba, uncle, baba, this. It's just a call. So what is happening in the Greek? All right, Peter of you said it. How a full loaded oil tank go through the sea and nobody is seeing it. All these things are the Navy staff will just blind their eye, close their eye, they didn't say anything. It's just a call. It's just a call. It walk on to us. They will waste the guy. If the guy is outside here, if the guy is there, I don't complain, they will waste them. They will just waste them. That's what they do there. In that, what they do. If you're not cooperating according to what they will waste you, they take you out. So Nigeria is in that situation that it takes 30 years time for us to reset everything. Even a child of 10 years are thinking more than what you can even imagine. So how to change the mindset of Nigeria is going to be very, very hard as it is now. You know, it's going to be very, very hard to take time, you know. So second thing is I don't know.
Let me educate some fake educated people out there. Kolata, he's saying that when I said no nation has devalued its GDP by 50% in 1 year during peacetime without even sanction being applied, that is not possible. He lets you go and do it, or you want me to show it here. If you say that country is not under sanction like Nigeria, is during peacetime, and the GDP of the country within a year halved, no, none. Even Argentina didn't do that. So stop going on, because if you were educated enough, you would know that. But because you are so duncy, like you are trying to accuse me of, you don't even know that, and you carry on dancing for people that are wrecking your country. And you wonder whether this were even Nigerians, even where they behave like this. Like, why do you do that? If there was a country like that, why wouldn't I say it? I don't have any to, because I actually disagree with the policy anyway. If there was a useless leader out there that did the same thing again, I would still disagree with the current president's action. It makes no difference. But the fact that for the last 70 years, you can't find one.
But Tunanja, do you notice that all the foreign medias, that is the only policy they are praising? Devaluation of net currency, and that's what they praise about.
Mumu wear trousers, and you see some of our people, they'll carry PhD. They don't even know when they are being conned. Jesus Christ.
That's the policy, subsidy and devaluation. That is all the international media are praising Bola Tinubu for that. So that's to tell you everything you need to know. They're happy.
And to me, it's even common sense. I don't know why it's so confusing for them. It's not, go and read the GDP value. That's all you need to read. If somebody tells you that they are investing, they are helping you manage your property, your house that you bought, you are mortgaging, and they are asking you to mortgage it, and then the next year, the value of a property plummets. Are you going to be thanking that person? What kind of craziness? Like 50%, your value of a property was 400,000 pounds. Then the next year is below 100 and something thousand pounds. My goodness, you'll be suing that guy. You'll be saying, you know what? I'm not going to accept this loss. I'm not going to accept this loss. It's not going to be my loss. You sue that guy.
You see, Nigeria is a complex place for you to think of one, all right? Because of the diversity and the ethnic group and the regions, all right? So the issue is this: nobody, for you to rise, like if truth is at the end of our pier now. If Osama rise, a Roman will tell you it's our brother. He will be there. If P2B goes here, if P2B goes here now, win the election, he does something bad. The Obama rise, all right? The Obama will take what we are there for. Don't want us, all right? So that's how Nigeria is. So Nigeria is very hard to govern Nigeria. You have to be tell some people, Jesus come down and govern Nigeria, you will fail. People say that a lot, but I've seen it all. Nigeria is like a premiership game. You know, Nigeria is like a premiership. It's coming on. Everywhere buying players, the camping all over. They have to make the money. So that's how it is. So it's a complex phrase, and the best brains are out. The best brains are out. All the people in Nigeria, the best brains in Nigeria are out. They are all over the world making progress, bringing things back home. You know, bringing things back home. But when they're in Nigeria, just like the guy that called earlier on. What was he? A hotel cleaner. But today, look at him. When the guy talk, you know that okay, he's one of the best that have gone out. You see my point. So the presidents are out, where the dumb ones are there managing Nigeria's affairs. Even when they see that this is wrong. But as far as I know, that's the human nature. You know, everybody mama's soup. Yeah, mama's soup must sweet more than other soup. That's my point. So if you are in PDP today, PDP doing good. When you see them, they do bad. That's why in PDP, everything they are doing that moment are good. All right. During Jonathan, they are calling Jonathan. During Jonathan regime, you know what everyone went through. It was a bad, worst person ever see on earth. But then they are calling him back. You know my point. That's how it is. No, so APC is ruling now. The people in APC is okay. He's doing good. And when the table turn, they will say okay, PDP. Now they will turn. Now they will start deciding to that government. So that's how Nigeria is. You can't change that. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. For me, Bola Tinubu 27, it's of article. All these guys should enter. Maybe Bola Tinubu continue. That's just me.
No, forget it.
It's not what this guy
Atiku is not going to near Asorok. I don't see Atiku getting. I really don't see it. No, I know even Southeast will vote for Tinubu instead of Atiku. I think Southeast will vote for Tinubu instead of Atiku. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, they are going. They are going. Instead of Atiku, they are going for even in Lagos. My brother marketplace. Everybody let. Their problem not that Tinubu is good. All right, let me tell you the mindset of most of Southeast market people.
No,
when you are telling people that they will tell you that let the suffering continue to 2027. Let everybody learn lessons. That's the whole thing. Let us suffer together and learn lessons. Not that Tinubu is the best.
No. Do you know that? Hold on, sorry. Let me just ask Uzo first.
Let me ask this question. Uzo said something that the best brains are out. Now, let me flip it around. I agree with him based on this, if I'm right. Do you think if there is no way for us to the best brains to come out again, or if they make it more tighter, those best brains they will revolt? Because that's what when you are talking about best, that means you are disobedient pretty much. You won't follow no, say no be rubbish. So instead, you just find peace. Your peace that we all decide to live. So if we decide to stay, or from now they make it hard for people to live, do you think that revolution will happen quicker?
It will happen. Before 70s, you know about women riots now. Women riots have to say no, we don't agree. We no agree, we no agree. You understand my point? The best one was, if you watch most of the professors, all the guys who come from Nigeria, the major ones, all right, they all study abroad. They came back to Nigeria. They all study. Watch all of them. They all study abroad. Came back to Nigeria to use their brain to develop the country. But right now, everybody comes up, they're not going back. They'll just remain here and I'm sending the money. Guys are
also, before you go on, regarding that voting pattern of the Southeast, what I've observed is that Southeast, say whatever I like, they are like Sokoto. They always vote northern candidates. Southeast always vote southern candidates. Whenever the election, hold on. Whenever the election,
I'll correct. Let me finish it. Before I go far, on this one.
You see, you wouldn't even let me finish my point. I said when the election consists a southerner, if a southerner is in that election, the Southeast always vote that southern candidate, no matter who, whether it's Obasanjo, Jonathan, they will always vote the southern candidate.
Can you mention one person?
Obasanjo. Jonathan.
Obasanjo, can you check both Obasanjo you talk about, both Jonathan you talk about, all right? Can you check the states how they win that election? You know that we all know that Southeast is always PDP. You all know that. Southeast is PDP. They are all like Southeast PDP. Almost Atiku and Obasanjo. Southeast PDP. So they are always PDP. The most of the votes, Southeast is always PDP. Remember?
No. Okay, yeah, you can say it's
PDP.
However, if P2B wasn't in the race, it was Atiku, you would have seen what I'm talking about. They would still vote for this thing.
PDP. You don't need to say they will still.
Hold on. Oh, calm down. Just let me get my point through. The year before the election, do you know what was in the air? Not Agbado, it was Fulani that was in the air. Everybody was hot. Southeast was hot against this Buhari. And if let's say it was Atiku that was running for PDP, I can tell you Southeast will not vote for him. Or that Fulani.
What? But against who though?
No. When Buhari run, who do Buhari run with? It's not Jonathan. Who did Southeast vote for?
Jonathan.
When Obasanjo run, who did they vote for? When Buhari run for 2019, when Buhari run for 2019, who did they vote for?
See, if any northerner
so
was
in my point is this. My point is this.
The only time a northerner was in the hold on. The only time a northerner was on the ticket and the southerner was on the other side of the ticket, the Southeasterners still vote South. They didn't vote Atiku. They voted South because P2B was there.
Can I tell you this? I have no clue. If not Edo people.
I know what that's not the point. No, that didn't make.
No, my point, if not Edo people don't to the average woman will not bring to do. You know that, right?
You are trying to say that it's PDP that they are loyal to, not the party, and that not the
because most of
I'm saying
it's not electricity. Between 1999, the whole state in Southeast was PDP state. Remember?
Yeah, for a reason, because
not for a reason. That's how it was made. Your PDP state. So you know that the vote. No, you know that the vote for PDP. But if you do a party,
you keep forgetting. You keep saying it's party, but it's not party. You know how South.
It's a party. It's not how. If you do all this account for PDP, bring Buhari. Me, I go Buhari. I tell you every day. Bring Roger Sokocha from PDP. If you Sokocha, bring Adam Somola. Go back to Somola. That may not make me say up a party line.
Mogu wait 2031. If Obi we have two northerners, then you see, then that's when you now say, oh, then he liked it. We'll see.
No, if it's two northerners, then they just go anyway they like. If it's
they don't get where they like.
During Buhari, you have to look at the power of the party. Buhari party not for the popular for the South, for the whole South. During his time, if you look, nobody know Buhari. It's not that popular.
He got the vote even.
It was just PDP dominated pretty much everywhere, right? Not until 2021, when the Buhari 2013 and 2014. That now looks as if PDP they don't destroy PDP. So now there's not even. So at that time now you have to now look at it. What are their interests? Because you don't expect them to vote against their interests now. If a stranger no carry their interest, why should they vote for that stranger? It's all about interest. Don't forget. So who are the people who are facilitating their votes within those parties?
Ike has been on this panel. I've had quite a few Southeasterners even say it. Ike is one of them. He said, instead of him to vote for another candidate, he's going to vote for Tinubu. I'm telling you, the Southeasterners, especially if it's a Fulani that is coming in, not just another like Gowon or anything like that. It's a Fulani that is coming through. They are not going to vote him. They are going to vote Tinubu in.
Wait, do you expect them to vote against Tinubu? They vote by another person for against Tinubu in this 2023.
No, I wonder. No. Even 2027
in the 2023 election, because P2B was there, that's why he didn't show. If P2B was not there, they would have voted Tinubu. They will not vote for
because it's more of their interest now. It's a Southern now.
Now, exactly. Nobody vote for interest.
Uzo is denying it. Uzo is denying it.
No, I'm not denying that. That is good. We're voting on interest. PDP.
I'm saying that the Southeast for presidential election they will vote APC if Atiku was on the other ticket and Tinubu was on the other ticket. I'm telling you.
Even you go vote Tinubu. Even you.
I know. I will vote Tinubu. That's why I'm telling you that.
Listen. Now not in denial. Listen.
No, it's not my
involved. No, if P2B are not involved, all right. If they are not involved, all right. APC and PDP will sharing vote in statistics. What crippled PDP is P2B. Appraise and all those Atiku guys. They already ran vote for Atiku already. They have another section of people like Jones or Kano them or Krosa them for APC. So the vote that will have been shared like into two APC and PDP. Not like before that they put all the votes on PDP. All right, no matter whoever it is.
Yeah,
but going to the truth,
we are considering that if the Southerner is on the
no,
other side,
I mean,
if the Southeast doesn't just go north, they will not go north. Even if it's PDP, they will not go north. They will
they will go both sides, south and north, because that's some major player, which is like the Obas, all those power blocks.
Yeah,
so they will go to PDP. You can't stop that.
You see, when earlier on we are talking about the conspiracies against the Southern presidency, the Saudi presidency, they argue. Do you understand that even the way they make this argument, you are actually speaking to that? Because you keep on pointing them out, they will vote for this. Why them?
No, because that's their behavior. Historically, it's been like that. Which is very interesting. It's their behavior.
But do you know that? Do you know that I normally say this? If you bring those of Russia and those of Kali together, we will still vote to
unknowingly,
don't even get me started. Hey, if you put Zokalo, come on, don't even get me started.
Average Igbo person, 400 people. Who they say all Zokalo is on ballot, Tinubu is on ballot, who will you vote? If they give all Zokalo 2 votes, you know that. No, you get some people that we can't even like give a single vote.
What do Uzo do now first?
I don't even understand it. It's ridiculous.
What is his crime?
Don't you see at their state now? You see, the expectation of other people when he was a governor was high, and he failed like Wolfie. So and everyone saw that. Everyone saw that. It don't be like my former governor. People expected him. Like people, when you put too much, just like Obina, all this is saying you become a president to fail. All right. If you like, next one day you nobody will ever trust him again. When my governor was he was comparing himself with Michael with Sam Mbappe. That is the level they even the bishop taking other high. The guy go, it's not.
The guy was popular though. It was very. He
was popular now. He was popular, but when he flopped, everything will collapse. So that's the problem. When you raise a stake too high, when you fail, you don't fail.
What I see in the Southeast is that when it comes to the things that they like, once you are on their side, let's say like P2B, they will love you like anything. But once they hate you, Jesus Christ, there's nothing you can do. You're not going to redeem yourself in the Southeast. Any of their leader that they hate that leader forever. It's like nothing.
No, see, Peter Obi did go as a governor. People used to come from my state to his state for medical treatment.
Since we are older, is there any politician in the Southeast that they just love like Obi before?
Obi love, he just
that's what I'm saying. But who is that they don't like this before?
Only person people wanted to love was only person that people wanted to love was Soludo before Boakai. You know my point. Wait, that's the person that in Southeast now. I'm from Southeast, all right. I can't put somebody that okay, this person will talk, but I need to vote on. That's the truth. All of them are normal Nigerian politicians. I can't point person. Only person that before average Boma even key in will be something. A lot of people have already taken it to the next level. Now I tell us that our brother I don't support. No, our brother I'm not supporting that. We didn't start this campaign of P2B. We didn't start it. But that's my point. But it's after we key in. Then our brother, I'm not supporting our brother. This one now, people are not their brother before we key in. Now, so Lujo was somebody that everyone was looking upon because of what he have done. But the guy, they don't promise. I think they don't promise that guy heaven and earth. The guy can't fire from wrong cylinder.
I think Nigerian politicians, I have to give it to P2B. He doesn't come across as somebody that envies people. He doesn't come across as somebody that is all about the money. But many Nigerian politicians, they betray this stuff. Like when you look at the way Showore behaves towards P2B, and you see the way Soludo is also behaving towards P2B, you can tell that this is just because they see that P2B is on the ascendancy and they want to bring him down a peg or two. It's like, why? Why bother? Do your own thing. People will respect you. As a matter of fact, most Southeasterners will not have as much negative opinion towards Soludo right now if he didn't do what he did. Just do your own thing.
But I know say let me tell something.
You have to always
normal. You know say as far as people be let me tell something. Let me tell something. As far as people be is still on the scene. As far as people be on this. Yeah, as far as people be is still there in political arena. So there is nobody in terms of national election.
Yeah, but what does it matter? It's not about him.
It matters, man. Oh, look at you. Everybody find power.
See, the two masters
for the power.
That's why P2B is ahead of him. P2B doesn't think like that.
Look at it this way. It's a popularity contest, right? Peter Obi now is the man of this, the guy on the eye. Everybody is up to it. So you have to find one way to tap into that popularity, right? That's what these people are doing. Soludo, we are talking about Soludo because he found Obi trouble. On a good day, we're not talking about this policy.
Okay, can somebody tell me anybody P2B tried to tear down in the South is on his rise? Did he try to tear any of the Southeasterners down? That's my issue.
It's a different person. Like a different person. Everyone's different.
That's why I'm saying that it means that he's reasoning on a higher level than them. And that's the problem.
For you may think it's a higher level. For some people, it's not a higher level. It's lower level. Know that. That's what you like being now. For some people, it's lower level. People will tell you that.
No. I actually want to run. I only came on to say that thing. I was enjoying the conversation off camera. In that, I weak, small, or more. So I go check out everybody later. But I'm still watching.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Thank you.
For joining in.
Take care.
Thank you. All right. So,
Tunanja,
yes.
Won't you think that Obi cannot act any other way if that you will favor him? He just has to just keep this in there. Because you have to look at the arena. Everybody they craze with money, with food. So he will just take care. So he's working for him. Why do you expect this?
But if you look at Tinubu's rise, even he didn't go out of his way to badmouth people. Maybe that's a picture of people that rise. I'm not even sure about the same thing.
Tinubu has the commission side. Tinubu get that matter.
No, my thing is that
he was doing it on the ground.
Maybe he was doing it on the ground, but I don't see him bad-mouthing Southwestern politicians and when they were trying to aspire. I didn't see
it's not bad-mouthing. It's not bad-mouthing. Now the game be that. This guy Obi, see, they say Obi na national.
It's bad-mouthing because people are noticing it. It's short-sighted. People are noticing that you are criticizing this guy just because he's rising. If you criticize him when he's not rising, it's a different thing. It means that you are kind of vain. You are just criticizing because he's rising.
No, see, you are taking it personal. It's never personal, right? I think you said the guy won't tap into that popularity. They're not Martin. Why don't they go after Showore? Of all benefits.
See, I said,
I go get
Tunaya.
Everybody goes after Peter Obi, yeah.
Tunaja, I've said this before. Soludo was the apple of those Eastern Bloc heavyweights, was the apple of their eyes. All right? To be the next popular person in status as a president or all this other, but to become and overshadow him. So that is one thing that is a very, very big hit. All right? In a way that looking at Bubak Obi, but the whole big guys, no one even back him. No one back him. They were backing Soludo. No one even back him. He went there with the masses, the crowd, the people that bring him up. Not about the money that all those guys are pumping Soludo for him to, like, writing letter, let it write part 2, writing the. So that's the problem. So Soludo was the apple of those big guys. So programming him, they were programming for the power to return to the north after Buhari. That was everything they're saying, power to return to the north after Buhari. So that when power goes to the north to compare to the south, Soludo will ripe. Soludo will ripe enough to even go for presidency. As if Soludo came out for presidency in 2031, he's going to win because he's popular with the city governor. You still have things he have done that people can remember. But we thought he has done in another practice. Everything is done. Everybody have seen. They say when breeze blow, palm nash will open. All right. If Soludo could have been on his lane the way he was, he could have won a lot of votes.
Yes, I think he may have even won more support, and the South will still reach out for it because they will say, "Oh my God, we like P2B, we like Soludo, we are spoiled for choices." That kind of stuff. I don't know. They don't. That's why I feel like he's not thinking it through when he says those.
No, they didn't advance it well.
But you guys are not looking at the future, though. Soludo is
looking at the future, yeah.
Looking at 2031.
2031. That's what he was aiming. But with what happened to 2023, I canceled 2023. With what happened to 2023, I canceled 2031 for him. You know that?
But waiting.
With what happened to
yes, I did not tell you. Southeastern are the whole grudge.
No, I mean for Soludo. No, I mean Soludo.
Let me rephrase the question. Okay, let's say Atiku carry Soludo running mates, and Konkoso carry Uzokalu.
Oh God, this guy. The guy just go. He doesn't even go outside.
It's over. That election is over.
If who you go vote for? I'm not saying back for some man. Who you go vote for?
Wait, between no, me. Both of them. None of them do me wrong now. Between Uzokalu and Soludo, they're not doing me wrong now. Now you they offend. So
they're not offend me. All they cannot offend me, all right? The guy did good.
Okay.
Private, they offend me. Yeah.
Look at it this way: Atiku, Soludo, Konkoso and
Rogers.
No, anybody from Southeast? No, anybody from the Southwest?
Call one man now from the Southwest.
Let's say the current governor. Let's say Oshibanjo.
Yeah, Shuban. See, let me tell you the truth. Can I? Everybody tell you this one. Aju of Shubanjo run under APC as a president. All right. So to be
no. We have an Igbo man in the. We have Soludo on the other side.
What I mean. See what I mean. I want to bring you back. All right. Assume Oshibanjo runs of Tinubu. All right. You know that people will not get it right in that social. You know that.
Okay, so you are saying 2031. If Atiku carry Soludo, Konkoso carry Shonwolu, for instance. Una no go vote for
Soludo. Abode is there. No Soludo.
Okay, so una no go vote for Soludo. Una go vote for Ambode and Konkoso instead of
Abode because the guy have done. It does like as I said. Oshubanjo was a buy 1 or 2 times he had the chance. This one people like.
And I tell you,
no, go back Abode because Abode have done something people see.
South. Don't make no mistake. They always go south.
That is good.
South behave like Soludo in the north.
As I said,
they are south.
Right?
They don't care about anything.
Was the president candidate of APC 2023, right? Obi will not get the chance what he got. People go for Oshibanjo more.
Come 2031, Atiku Soludo 1 ticket. Kwankwaso and what you call former governor of Lagos, Ambode on another ticket. Who na go vote for? Atiku Soludo, Kwankwaso, Somolu, and so also Ambode. Who na go vote for?
They will not vote Atiku.
Bobby,
Ambode is there.
You understand the question?
And Ambode is the top of the ticket, isn't it? If Ambode is the top of the ticket, they will go with Ambode. Whoever, if it's the Southerner that is the top of the ticket, they will go with the Southerner.
No, Ambode vice. Soludo vice to Atiku.
I'm coming back.
Oh, they might actually go Atiku on this one. If it's all South, they'll go Atiku.
It's a no-brainer, right?
No, if it's South, if it's both sides have got Southern candidates as VP and one of them is Southeast, yes, they will go that way. But if Ambode was the top of the ticket on the other side, they will go Ambode. They don't care whether Soludo is
of course, the vice president are nothing now.
They don't care about that.
But this is not going to collect in 2031 if Pantami Column may be running mate.
That's something Southeasterners need to watch and Southwesterners need to pay attention to, because Southeasterners, the way they vote is, from what I've seen in their vote, is always South, their default to. They like to think that it's a PDP. They forget that their instinct is what created PDP in the first place. Like P2B now, it's because they like P2B, that's why P2B won. It's not because it's PDP. So it's still that their instinct, because Obasanjo was a Southerner. That's why PDP had that power in their state. That's why they wanted that Southerner. They didn't want the Northerner. That's the reason. It's always been.
No, but to Nigeria, there's some dynamics you have to put in place. That's why I say the actors that are on ground facilitating those votes are very important. Obasanjo loaded the admission with Southeast. So you need to see the people that are serving from the Southeast. There's no way you don't go vote for Obasanjo.
Exactly. But Jonathan, the same thing. They did the same thing with Jonathan too. They didn't shift from Jonathan. They voted Jonathan in the South. I think the reason why, even if you look at when Yar'Adua ran against this, I think was it Buhari ran against. The reason why Yar'Adua won was because it's PDP, because they are both not, so it doesn't matter that they can go party. But when if Yar'Adua or Buhari at that time when he ran against Yar'Adua was a Southerner, the whole thing would change. Those are that will change their vote again. They would like, okay, it's time to go this thing not. I think we are running out of time anyway, so let's use the remaining time to discuss this Zelensky thing. You are international kind of guy. You can be able to discuss.
I wonder why they intimidated you to stop not to talk about that, which is the most important news of all news. All this
sometimes they just want to talk about local stuff. I just thought, okay, let them have their own. But you heard about this matter with Trump meeting Zelensky next week, and Trump is already talking about land swap.
Trump meeting Putin.
Yes, he's meeting Putin, and Zelensky is not having it. He's saying he's not going to swap any land with this is Russia. Where do you think this is going to land in the end? Because this war needs to end, doesn't it? Where is it going to land?
Yeah, but it's not going to end now just because they are meeting. The meeting is just a theatric. It's part of the for me and you to talk about, right? They are meeting in Alaska, by the way. Trump and Putin in Alaska on Friday, next week Friday. It's not up to Zelensky because I think that is this Friday or Saturday. But no, they are meeting on Friday. But as at yesterday, the European Union, they met with the Vice President J.D. Vance, to have their own position before the meeting. So the meeting, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. It's just for the war to talk about. That the war is not going to end. It's not going to end just by them talking. I think even Trump alluded to that it's not the final. That they have to agree. And so they will meet. They will agree. They will talk. Whatever. I just don't see anything coming out of it.
But one thing that I find really puzzling, that it almost seems like we are living in the nether realms compared to 20 years ago or 15 years ago.
Yeah,
We have a president that is an ex-convict. We have a president that might be in the documentation of potential pedophiles. We have a president that some people fear that he's compromised by Russia somehow. And we have a president that seems to be controlled by a foreign entity like Israel. What in the world is going on?
Yeah, that's why I always say presidents are distraction in charge, distraction in chief. So see, with all these things, so that's what people see. That's what I mean, I'm not saying that it's not real, but there's a reason why it's like that. Why the real deal is going on. See, we are talking about Russia and Ukraine. There is going to be a regime change in Iran. Even maybe before the meeting. Don't be surprised. Within the next couple of days, you will see what is going to happen in Iran. So it's not ending. It's a third world war. It's just getting started, because now your country and three other countries are saying that Palestine has to be recognized as a state in September. Guess what? There's who has the final say? U.S. Congress.
And the U.S. Congress is beginning to turn. The U.S. Congress is beginning to turn too. Not just, the Jews themselves in America are beginning to turn against Israel. I predicted it sometime last year. I said someday. No, hold on, because this is an interesting prediction I made. I said someday Israel is going to be a problem for the West. Like, they will have to find a way to put that instinct that they have right now down, because they want to commit genocide. Literally, people are already saying they already committed it. They really want to commit a bigger one.
No, but you have to ask yourself, what is the reason they are all behind? What is the reason of Israel being there in the first place?
See, the part of it is obviously to fulfill America's foreign interest.
The West has to keep that and go in check, and that is the arrowhead. So are you saying
but I think Obi, there's another part now that is beginning to happen. I agree with you. The West is part of the reason why Israel is doing what it's doing. But there's another aspect now that even when the West don't want it, you can see that even right-wingers in America are complaining that Epstein, that the reason why Epstein issue is so controversial is because they seem to have blackmailed a lot of top American officials, and they have debts on them. So this is why they don't want to release it. Both Democrats and Republicans. And if that is the case, you can see that this is a big problem for the.
No, you are talking about local problem now. You understand? It's still
it's a global one now. It's a global one now. It's no longer local to America.
No, hold on. Most of the policy that is being pushed by Trump, right? You just say Democrat could just sit down and give up like that. They have to put up a fight. You understand? So if you see the far right winger are pushing that narrative, now just to make sure that the other side come to the table. So what am I trying to say? It's not going to go beyond that. When it comes to Israel, it's pretty much cast in stone. Unless there any other big power outside that will fight them on, that will say, okay, there will be. But if there's nothing like that, there's no other power that can take them on.
But there's a factor that you may be underestimating. I feel like the majority population, the Europeans in America and even Europe, they are kind of, for want of a better word, waking up now. They are beginning to think, you know what, we have been too relaxed for quite a few decades now. We want to assert our dominance again, and in our own way. If you look at the way Trump is governing, he's governing for the Europeans. He doesn't really care too much about it.
That's why I say now that when it comes to Israel, it's straight on. Any politician can come and talk blah blah. Just listen to the U.S. Congress. Whatever the decision is, that is what you're going to get at the UN. So
yes, but the U.S. Congress is beginning to turn. The Democrats are already turning.
Nah.
Okay. Marjorie Taylor of the Republican Party is turned. Tucker Carlson is turned. Name them, all the top commentators in the Republican Party have turned.
Forget the performance of this individual. I just asked you, there is a reason why the Israel is there. There's a reason. The reason is to control that and put that in the whole, because that is the engine room of the world.
I'm aware of that. The question is whether Israel can be there without committing genocide.
Hold on. Unless the West lost this hegemonial race to China, then I will listen to you. But if they don't lose, how this want to change for them? Now them, it doesn't matter the fact that they see between them now. At the end of the day, this is a one-way resolution. This individual policy push, I know it will continue. I told you last week that if you wake up tomorrow, you see civil war start for America, you should not be surprised. It is based on that. In type of who they team, who know their team, all those ones, forget it. So
it matters a lot to. It matters a lot to this in America, and it should matter to you too, because if your leaders are, don't you see the way the Congress members behave? They behave like they are in a cult.
Come to Nigeria. Do you really think the American people actually have a voice in this country in terms of what? When they talk about Nigeria, we no get voice. It is worst here. This is a what do you think is going on?
They do have a voice, so they do have a voice. When they are looking to take it back now, that's what I'm trying to let you know. They are trying to take it back. They do have a voice to an extent. You see, what I'm saying here is not like the elites don't oppress them there like they oppress everywhere in the world. What I'm saying is that even their elites, they are feeling like, okay, they too are under threat now. They are not stupid. They feel like their own interests as a people, they are under threat. They've let China get too strong. They've let the rest of the world catch up with them, for want of a better word, try to catch up with them. So they feel like they need to assert themselves. This is why you are seeing that controversy regarding the genes issue. You are seeing how they are pushing back against.
I like your choice of words. They let them. So they know what they are doing. So it's not. So that's
that's what I'm saying. That they want to reassert their this thing, and that's why they have to break that Epstein thing. If they don't break it, they will not take their politicians back. That's why they are so crossed.
But I want you to understand that regardless of what happened, the stand about Israel is firm. Nothing they shake up. It's not nothing is going to
shake
change.
It will shake it.
Okay.
I've seen the UK shake. I've seen Germany that never broke from Israel, ever broke from Israel. No, this one, you don't understand what Israel is doing here. Israel is going to slaughter people.
And I'm not, see, to Nigeria, the country, the whole continent of America, how it change? So nothing is new. Now it is strange to you. It's not new. What do you think you're speaking as if it's a new thing? How they get America in the first place?
That is America, not another country that America is funding.
Now then they see do the same thing. Nobody European can't do the thing for America. I don't know they be the same people. They came to America, they clear it. Go back and listen to Donald Trump, one of his speech earlier on, talking about how they will make that place paradise.
Yes, but it's different.
Do you think it's a joke? Do you think that was a joke?
See, it may be serious, it may not be serious. But my point is that if that goes ahead, sooner or later, Israel will be just as much as a pariah as South Africa was.
That's what I'm saying now. You
carry on.
Them like that.
Mark my words. If somebody told you that Germany will sanction Israel, would you ever believe it? Last year, you will not even dream of it. Now, UK, Germany, France, they are sanctioning Israel now. And UK now is calling for a Security Council meeting regarding this. There's a fracture that is happening, and it's going deeper than it used to go before.
Unless the West lost their hegemonic power, yes. Other than that, that place is now paradise, as Trump described them. The next 2 weeks, they won't wipe out the remaining Hamas. So it is not stopping. They was using the distraction. At the distraction, they put more gas into the fire.
No, the sanction they are putting is that they're not giving them any more weapons. That's the whole thing.
Who is not?
Germany is not sending weapons.
Forget Germany. Who they give Germany weapon? Don't be America. They give them weapon. Like they talk as if say these people now.
No. My point is that Germany and the UK they do send weapons. I think Germany sends far more than the UK.
Why would they talk about weapons? Leave those people. They are not better than Nigeria. America now they fit them weapon wise. Leave those people.
Okay, I'll leave it for you to believe that, but from my own,
they will lose.
I don't think
if they lose the hegemonic race, I agree that place will change. But if they don't lose, that place will turn paradise.
By not doing what they are doing now in terms of trying to take back the decision, that's when they are going to lose their hegemonic race. They are worried now that they are going to fall back and even lose against China. And these people are
Because
feeling like they are not going to accept
they
it anymore.
expected Netanyahu to do the job clean by now. They're supposed to clean that place by now. It's too
But he
slow.
didn't do it now. He didn't do it now. Either way, you can look at it like that. But either way, that is not. They are not going to go ahead with
I am
it.
telling you what they are saying. The guy is too slow. They should have finished job before now. I mean,
You mean cleanse the place? Are you aware what you cleanse Palestinians out of that land?
I tell you, say the continent of America they cleanse them. Now millions of people there, no be thousands.
No, the continent of America didn't have, hold on. The continent of America didn't have the kind of sophistication that we had now. It's a very different world then.
Like, it's a different world.
No, it's a very, very different world then.
What is happening there is not new, for God's sake. You of all people should know.
We know it is not new, but what I'm saying is that the way the world perceives those things now is different. It's not like where there was no news, anybody, no headline or stuff coming up. Now people are seeing what is happening to the children, and we know how they react to these things. Even America, hold on, let me finish this point. Even America during the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, Americans, when they travel overseas, they have to tell people that they are Canadians. That's how people were going after Americans, even in Europe.
Okay. See, you're talking about the proliferation of information. We get more access to information. And the question you should ask yourself, who make that possible? There is no change that you are factoring that America did not bring to bear. There is a reason why. Nothing they do without a reason. All this thing that you are seeing is already written. You say communication. Not be them bring it out. Go and read the Brave New World and the rest. They tell you about what is happening. So I am not telling you, nothing is happening that is surprise to them. Now me and you this shock.
What you are not saying. What you keep saying, you keep saying nothing is new. I know that. You are not seeing the aspect that the fine combed what is actually going on within the system. I've observed these different groups. I've observed the different groups, the way they are behaving. I'm telling you, something is happening now that maybe the last time it happened was in the 1960s when John F. Kennedy's head was blown off and quite a lot of people died during that period. That cycle is coming back again. Something is happening now. And some people want their country back while others want to keep the global system that they have before now in place. That is undermining the Europeans, and they have picked up on it now. They have picked up on it that they can't live like this.
I never disagree with you that something is happening. I said yes. But whatever that is happening, it is people that set it on motion. They know why it's happening. It's not a surprise thing. They started it. So you said it has happened before, so it's not new, right? Let me tell you one thing maybe you did not pay attention. When the pandemic happened, what did you think the Pentagon was focusing on about China? How the government will react. Doesn't matter what the government as a body, this is new to them. How would they react? They resort to their before tactics. Be what? Make sure you put everybody under territorialism. So it is a risk. They study that part. So whatever that is happening, right? They know. You say they killed John F. Kennedy. Why? Something has to give. If you stand in their way, they crush you. It's a motion. What is happening is emotion. Even if the president stands in the way, they take him out. That's what it means. So it doesn't matter who you.
The president that they took out was doing things. Technically, some people were accusing him of. They were saying that he was trying to get Israel to either stop his nuclear program during that time or reveal it.
And they take him out.
Yeah, he was taken out. There was a war, a clandestine war then that the other side lost.
That's the game. That's all you need to know. The fact that you know why they take him out means that
let's bring body in. Body seems
to stand in their way, they will take him out too.
Let's bring body in. So body, you're muted though. Your mic, you're not even muted on this thing, and it's like your system has decided to shut you out. I'm sorry. Just circle one more. The moment you come in, you will be able to speak. You look at Femi. Femi is looking at you like I did it. You don't want to give me credit for stopping, for speaking. Femi, these Americans, I saw what he did to this guy, the body there.
Yeah, I couldn't go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
I couldn't wait to support Ovie, if not 100%. 90%. To Nigeria, see, when we were growing up, remember America's influence, maybe it's waned to a very large extent, which we cannot deny. But remember, we grew up on a lot of things American. And, it took one of my very brilliant cousins in New York, to explain to me that, have you ever thought about things this way? That maybe the person that came up with the idea of naming TV programs was intentional. Now, they really try. They try well. They program us very well. See, Tunaja, it's a good thing when you admit that you've been fooled before. And you actually see that, because growing up, it's just that, the way our parents, for example, raised us in Nigeria, whatever, you couldn't question things. You just went with the flow. But honestly, some things, even when it comes to religion, I don't care which religion, sometimes I'll be like, some things don't make sense. Some things don't add up. Because first of all, we're not there. I'm a Christian, no, but I'm just saying we're not there. So by the same token, when you look at just the world generally, in fact, before my mom died, I remember we had a certain kind of conversation amongst others. In fact, I reached a conclusion that now we are the ones that the Bible describes as principalities and powers. You see that thing that Ovie said about, we talk about jokingly about the people that own Nigeria. Over that. I don't know about UK. I'm pretty sure it's the same. But there's a template everywhere. There are some people that own America, and there are some people by implication that own the world. In fact, I've reached a conclusion a long time ago. Whether Tinubu, whether Trump, whether Obama, whether anybody, they are just figurehead. That's one. Two is, you spoke about, you see that thing that obviously daily for the last, I think, in a way, I think Trump just came to reveal America more to the world for those that are both discerning and undiscerning eyes or brains. We live here, and it is not just by living. There are too many things that if you walk, if you're just being honest with yourself, some things don't make sense. Even in America, nowhere else is it more clearer. Except you choose, and that's why consistently, if you notice, I don't care whether he's Democrat or Republican, especially when it comes to anything international, there is a template. In fact, in a lot of cases, in addition to what Ovie said, I mean, the last I checked, Ovie, I don't know if you probably know this better than I do. I wouldn't say I was surprised, but in a way I was shocked that there's more than 7, I think it's the minimum is 7 different security, what's it called, in America.
Apparatus, yes.
Apparatus. There's more. There's a lot. There's more. The ones you hear about, the ones you don't, clandestine and what have you. And keep in mind, the CIA, for example, that people mostly like to talk about. There's a reason the CIA came into place as an example. Then when you now go to the issue of Russia and Ukraine, and then what's happening in the Middle East, and then okay, something that really made me laugh. First of all, I'll be honest, I didn't realize that Armenia and Azerbaijan were at war.
Oh yeah, for long.
Late, I did not know. Although one of my lecturers was from Armenia, and I know about those. I think it was some Armenian Muslim genocide in Armenia or something. She used to talk about it and how much she had a problem with the US and how much America contributed to that. I don't know if that's new to you, further, but I'm just saying on the side. But what really shocked me recently was, and that's why I appreciate listening to people that are Americans or American Jews or Jewish, whatever, a lot of whom the names that we know, that don't care about all these Democrat versus Republican, but we'll tell you exactly what is going on because they see they're fearless. From the Scott Ritters of this world to Menshama, the people that we often mention, and even some that we don't even remember, you can reel them out. And there's some Bretons like that too, and Germans like that. In fact, there was one I was listening to recently. See, forefathers, first of all, let me support you. Like I told you, I support you, if not totally, but only. Germany no get weapon, no. Forget that thing. They're just glorified Niger. Maybe they might have some technology. In fact, I don't know if you're aware of this. It was shocking to me how much of this Russiophobia has become. Because if you look at the issue of how we got to where we got to, when concerning Russia and Ukraine crisis, for example, and how it ties into what's going on in the Middle East, keep in mind, it also ties to what's going on with the rise of China. Because are you aware that Azerbaijan and Armenia are playing key roles in the way even things like weapons are being moved across to Israel?
There is a shipping corridor.
There's a shipping corridor. So you see this Armenia, Azerbaijan, Menene that you saw recently. It's a small screen.
I wanted to share something because I think we are underestimating the effect Germany has on Israel.
See,
are you seeing that?
Germany,
calm down now, calm down. Germany, let the viewers hear it. Sorry, let the viewers hear it first. Let
me just try and so that I don't lose my train of thought. I'll try and round up, please. I beg you. So you see, back to the issue of even before I round up, the issue of Ukraine and Russia. If you look at what led us to where we got to now, keep in mind it was after the dissolution of the former Soviet Union. They started having all those little former Soviet republics, including Ukraine and the likes that came out of Russia. But at the time, Ukraine had to give up whatever nuclear weapons they had as well. I forget the story of why they did that. However, there's always been that there was an agreement. Keep in mind, Putin was always around, locking in the corner, but it was still on the lower rungs of the ladder. We're talking about the period of Gorbachev and Boris Yeltsin now. And of course, he saw what was happening all along. He saw the part the West, led by America, played in what happened to Russia at the time. And there was an agreement that Ukraine or anything that had to do with certain kilometers away from Russia, there wouldn't be any pivot towards the east when it comes to making countries join NATO. But what later happened, and all of this happened between the first George presidency and then by the time Clinton took over. But what happened? The West reneged, and we got to where we got to now, and then China was rising. You also have the not so little matter of how the Arabian countries were shared between Britain and France after the Ottoman Empire got destroyed after the end of World War I, and how Israel came to be. All of these things, they're all tied together to Nigeria. There has been a plan to have Israel the way it is, to be able to use them to monitor the rest. Why do you think, for example, Saudi Arabia and the rest? Because I didn't understand this thing before. Why is it that all those Saudi Arabia, UAE, they keep quiet while what is happening in Gaza is happening? Why? There's a reason.
I think what your earlier analysis regarding the purpose of Israel being there, and whether it was a purpose or whether it was just a secondary benefit.
That primary actually. Is a primary
so
benefit.
That it is fine. It's one thing. It's wanting to deploy an asset somewhere and for it to do its job, which I think it has done its job reasonably well, because most Arab nations today are for America. We have what's his name, Dubai, very close to America. Qatar, massive military base there. Saudi Arabia, military base. Kuwait, military base. They are close to America already. So in other words, Israel's job is already done. So it's like when you deploy an asset and the asset starts destroying everything that it was meant to protect. That is what Israel is doing now.
The German military supply to Israel, right? Now, this is another thing you should go do research on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recently, they impeached Japanese president, right? Should be paying attention. Was it Japan or South Korea?
South Korea. South Korea.
You know why? Now, because the order when they give her make the supply weapon to Ukraine on that G. Now, what am I trying to say? When he has a Nigeria, American military get 150 bases around the world, what do you think it's for? So if weapon they come from Germany to Israel, what means is America the supplier? No. So see the networking that is at play here. Oh my God! You see, no, all those weapons that see me supply now. See America they do that. They would never allow.
America doesn't build all of them. Let's come on.
Do you know the agreement? Hold on. Do you know the agreement that was reached after the Second War about Germany? Now they signed to review their weapon. No, they just signed it to law.
See, you can have a weapon. It doesn't mean you are putting it together in terms of creating an offensive military. That's a different thing. You can sell. No, Germany has been manufacturing military submarines for a long time. It doesn't mean.
No, see, nobody's underplaying Germany military engineering and all that. They have it even before America come to power. That German machinery in the range. But guess what? the two wars, First World War and Second World War, put them in their place. Even this agreement that they read to start manufacturing their war is still a concern within the international community. Like, is this real? We are actually going to allow Germany to start building this kind of weapon. It's still a conversation.
I think you may be behind the curve. Just about 2 weeks ago, the German Chancellor came to the UK and they signed the defense pact just because they were worried about Trump behavior towards So, see, when you say that suspecting Germany, no, that suspicion has gone away a long time ago.
I'm sure you are aware that Germany has been deindustrializing for a long time. They've lost that. And in fact, part of what they've even done now is to now commit more to building more of weapons than even the regular technology they know for. I don't know if you're aware of that.
The last time this thing happened was leading to First World War. So when we talk Japan are rebuilding, Germany are rebuilding it, that's war coming in. In the next 10 years, everything will come together. So now agreement, go back and build your part, go and make a boss, because it is a war, just like that. Now Third World War, and it's
remember the original conversation was the original point was about the amount of weapons Germany supplies.
Yes, and I am saying now America they finance all those weapons that you see.
Whether they are financing it or not, the point is that 30%, which is significant amount of weapons from Germany that goes to Israel, is not doing that anymore. So, and the UK too has suspended theirs.
It doesn't matter.
No, I think we already know that America is the one that holds sway. We already know that.
But Tunaja, are you always aware?
Find out Inter-Pentagon's budget. Because when we say America now two-party system, it's not Democrat and Republican. It's the DC and Pentagon. Factor 30% of that weapon to Pentagon budget. Peanuts. Nothing.
But it doesn't have anything to do with Pentagon budget. It has something to do with the one that ends up in Israel. The one that ends up in Israel, it makes up 30% of it.
The point I am making is, if maybe the whole war stop to the supply, that don't mean anything. America will cover them just like this.
Yes,
that's what I mean.
Yes, and a lot of people are already saying Trump is breaking, is violating America's law, the Leahy Act, and quite a few others by doing what he's doing right now. This is one of the things Trump is getting away with. He's doing stuff breaking American law.
No. Now you did wrong.
The first, and it will be the last.
Yeah, new laws now. I don't tell you now before. If you are analyzing today's event with yesterday's law, you missed the point. The word they reshape the word talking about law. Which be law? They are writing new laws.
No,
you wait.
See,
it depends on who the laws applies to.
I hear what you are saying in terms of they are reshaping things. But sooner or later, if other people and even within America, they are saying, okay, you are not breaking the law, you are getting it out of control now. Things are getting out of control. The genocide is happening under the name of America. This is something in recent times that hasn't happened before. Under the name of America. So you start seeing...
America break law now. It depends on who you're talking about.
it didn't happen in this generation. You see, what we have to be careful about is that China is there, a major power that is rising, watching. America has to be careful some of the things that it does. Like recently, with what happened with Iran, I was saying America scored a goal because China and Russia were just sitting by and watching Iran get mangled. But actually, what is going on with Israel right now?
What is happening? Hold on,
that's not true. It's not true.
They sat by. They sat by. If Russia and China were your friends, when this stuff was happening, you'd be like, where are you now? You leave me there, just
it's not true. That's not even true.
What is happening?
Are you sure?
What is happening? What happened like 80 years ago?
They killed Iranian generals and their scientists. They attacked their nuclear facilities, and you are saying that's not true.
That's not true. That's not true.
I hope you are not friends with Russia and China, because when they are beating you, they'll be like,
it depends on what you're listening to. It depends on who you're listening to.
Okay, what happened there? In your own book, what do you think happened? What did they do? Because it just looks like Russia is standing by and watching it.
Do you know this guy called Pepe Escobar?
No, I didn't. I'm not going now.
I'm not sure. No. Are we talking about the drug lord or the new?
No. That's his name. We know where they talk now. But it's just, I don't even know if it's real name. But you see that guy, he get time. You know, as Ovie they go. Is able to transverse the whole America, right? And I mean it in a good way, not
No, I feel you.
That guy, the digital nomad of going to places like Iran and it's not just him, mind you. There are a lot of Americans, that would see. You know, it's one thing for us to sit down, and just be analyzing this thing. It's another thing for someone to be telling you, see, Yemen, I did so.
He talk with the actors.
You understand? So I know the talk.
What is his name now? We can see whether we can find something about it.
It's just one of many. It's just one of many.
So what did he show us? He showed us what the damage that was happening in Iran. Is that it?
You know when someone is able to.
He has a book called NATO Stan versus Asia Stan. What's that book's name?
You know when someone is able to, like, in real time, help you to put things together so that they will make things that don't make sense to you will make sense. That's the kind of person. And like I said, it's just one of several. So many.
Okay, I've seen it. So he went. Are you saying that he went into Iran and he saw that?
Not just Iran, no. Not
just Iran. To Iran. He go to
Okay, but the point I'm making was about Iran busy defending itself from America and Israel, while Russia was like, they didn't sign any defense pact with us. China was like, are they interested in buying it?
So in January, let me give you this information as well. Not from this is from people that know better. In January, they actually had a pact with Russia. In fact, Russia actually, from what's again, people that study these things that are actually in the midst of these things would tell you what Russia actually would have preferred that they signed a proper defense pact. But sometimes when you do these things, you as a country, you also want to leave leeway that you can take care of some basics. And I don't know if you're aware. You see this news about how they destroyed the weapons that those nuclear menene. What actually turned out to be the truth later on? What were we told the first couple of days, and what do we know now? Doesn't that tell you something? That's on one hand. On the other hand, remember that the missile defense system that they have is from the Russians, and there's some other. In fact, there's a sea. I think there's a sea or strait. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ovie. That if Iran wanted to do all they needed to do, if they wanted to finish the world economy to an extent, they'll just have blocked
the route. Yeah, the corridor, the gas route.
There's a lot more to say. I'll just keep it that way.
Yeah, they kill this in general scientists.
Before you kill scientists,
blow up their TV stations.
Let me say one more thing,
Hold on. I don't know. See, let me
just say this one thing, and I promise I'll not say anything. You see, Iran they have some of the most knowledgeable, like, if in terms of scientists, quote me anyway. They get time. You think you can?
It's a 3,000 year civilization. So.
We have 9 minutes to round up.
About a civilization that goes back when it comes to intellect.
I get what you are saying, but you see, if I go back to that 12 days war, and I saw what was happening, and hold on now, let me say something now. If you watch that war, you see how Netanyahu were just bombing, and Israelis were just flying their jets all over.
American jets, you mean? American jets.
Yeah. Bombing everything inside, and America was like, yeah. Even Germany was like, Israel is doing the dirty work for us.
Nigeria was expecting.
Calm down. See, no, you know what is funny about it? What is funny about it is that when they were bombing Iran, killing their scientists left and right, and Iran was just throwing rockets all over. I was like, this is bad, man. The West is supplying Israel with weapons and everything. Russia was like, they didn't sign any defense pact with us. China was like, we are not going to help, but we're going to condemn the UN.
Did you see what was going on did you see what they were doing to Israel as well? Did you see what they were doing to Israel as well?
Yeah, they were throwing rockets. That's all they were doing. They were just throwing rockets at Israel.
No, but you can see rockets. You see how the Israelis were scared as well. Did you see the destruction?
No, I agree with that because Iran is 70-something times bigger than Israel. So, if you do a war of attrition, Israel will lose because Iran just has a small area to throw the weapons. Israel has a massive country to bomb. So, but that is they shouldn't even be contesting at all.
America for help? Why they'll go for intro? They call America for help.
But my point is that at least America is there. Even even Arab countries were helping to defend Israel. But who is helping defend Iran? Fendi. Fendi. I'm telling you this for your own good, so you don't go and get bad friends.
No, I know it's funny. I understand it's funny. To be honest, it's funny.
You don't want to go and get bad friends. Okay, when they are bombing you, they are telling
it's funny. To be honest, it's funny, but you know why it's not funny? When one really knows what's going on, I'm a person go calm down.
The Russians disappointed me, man. They were bombing Iran.
I know he already started. I know he already started.
I don't know. Are you sure? Are you sure that one was?
He already started. This is he already started.
Nothing short of America attacking China. China will not respond anytime soon.
We blame the ground. It already started.
China will not respond anything. China, all they want to do is sell. They are busy bombing you. They're like, oh, do you want to buy a Nokia phone?
You know how funny this is?
Or do you want to build a railway station? That's what China is doing. They are bombing you.
I was telling to Americans where I work. They don't believe
they don't like enjoyment.
Out of the 10 major technology domains, China is controlling 9. You know, so they don't get time. They don't go. They don't have time.
Yes, now they don't get time now. They don't get friends too.
How they go to survive the onslaught with Donald Trump unleashed around the world?
My worry with China. See, my worry with China. This is more serious actually. My worry with China, Russia, and whoever like the BRICS nation. Let's put it that way. They are not playing like a team, while the others are playing fully like a team. That is a problem. You will lose even if you are supposed to have enough power to sway the tide. But if you're not playing like a team, it's a problem. Let's face it. Look at what happened to it. If Iran had fallen, I'm telling you, BRICS would have been dead.
BRICS is dead already now.
No, it's not dead. It's not dead. But if Iran had fallen, BRICS, that's the funeral for BRICS. Because if you think about it, the people will be like, no country will want to back China or Russia. They'll be like, when the chips are done, you're going to allow America to compound me to death. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that risk on your behalf. You see what I mean? Nobody wants to sign on. But I think they might still be able to resuscitate the BRICS. But they've taken a big damage, if you ask me.
May I ask you this question? If Dangote drop 100 billion for grant, say he go arrest everybody for this panel, one by one we go to jail. I say if you no talk, you are safe. You go do pin.
Depending on the issue now. What is that? It depends on the issue. No, so to be fair, Dangote is on the right track in terms of what he's doing. So I will not.
No, this is why I said that. The Americans and China, they know say no. I'm talking the Chinese and the Russia know say come. America up to no good. They are ready. They're not ready to talk. If you do anything, they go hammer you. They are in that spirit. So if you are not ready to retaliate back,
let's allow the diaspora voting stuff so we can round up. We have 3 minutes to round up. You know, I just thought I should let Femi know so he knows how to pick his friends. You know, your friend
is in the right place.
Difficult times. When things are difficult, your friend should be there to defend you, not coming to tell you, oh, you want to buy coke? When there are robbers in your house,
sometimes it's best to say
whether you want to buy coke
on the ground.
Yeah, look at that. Do you know what Russians were saying? Russia was saying, oh, Iran was being pounded. Their TV station was bombed. Women were there. The Russians came along and said, we just spoke to Israel to make sure Israel doesn't attack our 200 and something scientists in the nuclear power plant. It's like... Yeah, a joke. They are both in the country. You are busy negotiating for your 200 people. That is another country.
You know, to Nigeria, while it's funny, me, the fact that I know the scary part that is going on the ground that is not spoken makes me just keep quiet.
I don't know. Maybe you are right. Maybe you have a point, but the way it looks.
And
thinking, no, not good. Not good.
I agree. But you see, that's why I told you that it depends on what you're listening to. Who you're listening to?
I was listening to Putin. Who am I going to listen to? I'm listening to Putin. What he's saying. He didn't come out in support of the Iranians.
You know the fear about China. You know the fear. You know, say Israel don't frustrate Iran. How they did it is still what people are still studying. Because even when those the science heads, they are holding a meeting, then they know. As they gather to a meeting, they will clear it. Imagine I set negotiating dates for you, me and you. We are going to meet next week. Before next week, they're not going to kill you. Without nobody knowing. But don't remember again, leading to that 12 days war, there was a message that was sent to Putin, where he go hide in a missile jet. Now in Ukraine, use their cheap drone to scatter everything.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Remember? So the question now is that, what do America know about us? Do they know where we... So everybody's kind of like, come on, the way they enter all these places just like that, they must have something in their lives that we don't know. So we better actually just they watch first and see.
They left Iran and they left Syria too, you know. You have to be careful. Russians, they are very funny people sometimes. You have to watch out for them. They support you when you are building this thing. Are they not the one that helped us build our this thing, Ajikuta still to 97%? Today is still not complete. But I will leave it down for now. Diaspora voting. Please go ahead so that we can round up very quickly. Say your piece about what you've had so far. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Are you serious? So I've been here. You guys have been talking jargons, talking nonsense. You're talking rubbish. So now that you want to go, you see why
you came late now.
You see why the West don't respect Africa.
Yes,
exactly why the West don't respect Africa.
Boy,
oh come on now, you came late. You didn't say anything at all.
No, sure, because you be talking rubbish. Like I don't understand. If I ask you one question now, all the glorification you be giving to other Western countries right now, if you decide to launch whatever we are building, where do you think Africa will be? You think Africa will be?
No, I'm not glorifying them. I'm just speaking
if they will be in history, would you be concerned? Like, man, that means my life is at risk of extinction.
No. I hear what you are saying. I'm concerned for us, but
no, you're not.
This is dispassionate analysis. You want me to say that Russia was backing Iran? No, I'm not going to call it what I see. Russia was.
This is where I'm going to. This is what I'm going to. I'm like, okay. Everybody, we are like, this race is this race. This continent is on this continent. Everybody is talking. Yeah. Okay. People in like China or Asia, that is our peer group, our age mate or age group, yeah, I didn't really put in Africa discussion on the table to like, okay, how we go to how do they really care about Africa? Do they discuss Africa or whatever? India, same thing. Maybe people in Europe, Russia, or Western countries, do they really discuss Africa like, okay, Africa, yeah, okay, maybe, yeah. After discussing about other world, other continents, world power, discussing about Africa too, do they? No. So my question is like, sometimes, why do we really, is it this mental colonial subconsciousness that we just like to talk about people who are out there instead of talk less of ourselves to be like them? You understand? I think we seem to have more knowledge about them than we have of ourselves. Yeah, because we see them on the TV all the time, this and that. Yeah, but China was the same thing too. India were the same thing when they were coming to Africa, to Nigeria for their greener pastures. Yeah, they were also listening to the same news that we were listening to. American and the UK were putting, they own the media, so they were putting everything about the America is super war, this and that. You understand? We almost believe Superman was real because they were putting to our face all the time. You know, until we grew up to like Superman is fake. You understand? But they also show the same thing to Indians and Chinese people. They show them the same thing that we watch was the same thing they were watching too. But how come they were able to like shape up their own, leave some certain distractions, some certain discussions as distractions, leave it and concentrate on themselves and grow internally first? But it's like when it comes to Africa, black people, like we just like to discuss, then and start discussing about, yeah, what did that, and we're forgetting about it. If these people decide to unite and say, okay, Africa has what we want, let's, you know, push them aside and, or in fact, let's just evacuate them or clean them off the earth so we can take whatever we want to take from them. What do we do? Will ever that be that? Okay, this is even what the people are not talking about. That is what's called this guy right now. I remember that was a year or 2 years ago. 2 years ago now, when the lady, one woman was crying in India, shouting that Bill Gates should never try and bring this GMO rubbish to India. Says consistently she should be crying out as an activist. You understand? Warning. But this GMO thing, summer, it don't even go inside Nigeria now. Nobody's even talking about it. Nobody's even thinking. Like, okay, what if? Why are we affected when it comes to food? Or is it because is it the plan? Because these people, trust me, they plan 20, 50, 100 days ahead. We don't even plan for 1 year ahead. We don't. You understand? And that should be a concern for us. So when I see we talking about these people that have been planning 50 years ahead, we are still helping them to discuss about their power. We that cannot even plan 1-2 seconds ahead of us, we are still living our own and discussing them when we are the verge of extinction. Because if this guy, what he's doing, right? Like I said, who I told you, that's what KJ I told. Like all these elders, farmer, attacking the farm, it's causing food shortage. Food price is going up. Nobody knows tomorrow. If tomorrow now something's happening from outside now, they come, okay, there's no food. Well, let's bring GMO. GMO is only available seed. Yeah, and we'll start buying GMO. Before we know now, everybody they live on GMO products. Because people think 20 years, 50 years ahead. We're just thinking social media, banter, we'll be talking everything, whatever. We don't even think ahead 50 years. What do we have enemy? Who is our enemy? Our 50 years enemy. What is the plan for Africa for 50 years? If we have this plan, who are the enemies or saboteurs of that 50 years plan? Where are they? These are how China and India became who they are today. It's not the war now. You understand? Because sometimes when I watch the news, Nigerian news every time, I'm like, how come this is just going Nigeria? And okay, we now have people who have escaped Nigerian issue. Now we are now abroad. Okay, what do we now do about our own people right now? Like, can we just keep quiet and just allow? Look, something will happen in Gaza. Look at the whole world now in America, Europe, Canada. Everybody shutting them down like, hey, free Gaza. We not agree. Everybody's falling out. Now look at the sympathy Gaza Palestine is having right now. Before the support wasn't like this. But these people came consistently causing problem in diaspora. Like, no, Israel this, America this, Israel this, that. Now, even white people say, are even supporting Philippines right now. Flying their flag, no, free Palestine, free Palestine. The Africa, who say Mumu, we know they talk that one. Also talk rubbish when concern anybody. Not we talk about who we will support. Now we cannot even come out in diaspora right now to say, okay, no, the way Palestinian is doing the answer now, people should see come out and like, no, Africa who say we know they do, and not just know why.
Yeah, you know, there is a topic that will interest you in the next one. regarding our expectations in navigating expectations in family household. I think you do some good to join Adama. No, because we are supposed to close out now. We are supposed to close out. We are supposed to close out. We are eating into their time now. So you will do some good to join them and share some of your passions, because I really wish you came earlier. That would have been a nice conversation to have. But it's been a good one, and obviously, Femi, friends are important. Friends are important. We have to have our good friends. Guy Walale, all the people in the chat, I thank you. And Kolata has put a lot of people to shame. All these people that come and watch and laugh and everything, they don't donate. They don't support Dr. Damage. They don't support True Nigeria. They don't support anybody. Kulata is the only one that is supported with money. He's giving us another listen, even if he, is a lodo or whatever or there. Which one did they call which one? I don't even know which one they can call Kulata anymore. But still, he is supported. So I appreciate you, Kulata, for all you have done for the Dr. Damage's channel. That is strange thing for me to say. But it's money is money. We have to appreciate that. Oh, look at that dumb this thing. Okay, yeah, I hear you. Eneme Efeboa, I see you there. Thank you. And we have to join the ladies, and they are talking about, let me read the topic name again. The firstborn burden, navigating family expectations in African households. That is an interesting topic. I think you guys can go there and join her. Till next time.
We'll be last born. So we'll be last
exactly.
born. That has something to do with us.
The next time, everyone, and we'll catch you all again. And I'm going to play us out so that we can just enjoy some Nigerian culture. Thank you. Bye.